All right, we are back. We are back with the division semifinal here. We're with Salomon. How do we pronounce that last name? Zonana.
Oh, okay. So did you fly in?
Zonana.
You drove the 2.5. Okay.
All right, well, either way, Salomon versus Bill Lonergan, the one we just saw with the 8 cube there against our dear friend Rich Munitz. And they had a discussion after the match talking about a lot of the decisions, and I thought it was interesting. One of the questions I asked was, if you knew that 4 cube was such a close take, would you have taken it? He goes, if I knew I lost that many gammons, I would not have taken the cube. Regardless of the fact that,
yeah. I hope we play good. We're going to be on the
This board is nice, eh?
Yeah. No, I think the winner gets a board like
this. This board?
I don't know if it's this one. I think it's a Geoffrey Parker board.
Okay, Geoffrey Parker.
Maybe it is this one. I don't know.
How much costs one of this board? You know?
They say 5,000.
5,000. Really? For me?
Hey, Bill, go ahead and check with Geoffrey.
Checkers, we could go and the other one, walnut. Okay. They can't see that anyway. We're ready now, yeah? And to be fair, it kind of matches anyway, doesn't it? So we are back.
Good luck.
Start of the semifinal.
What's your name?
Bill.
Bill.
We are here with David. That's how you pronounce your last name? And Ian Terry.
Yeah, I'm here. You've got the 3 people in the room not eligible to play seniors.
3 Musketeers. That's true.
The 3.
That's true. That's true. Only in a backgammon tournament could a young in the restless division be 50 and under.
Loves that out in Minnesota to make.
They got an event like that in New York. Young and the restless, 50 and under. I go, is that young? Really?
Oh.
Okay.
Only in backgammon.
Of course you need to
Wait,
make
so
the bar.
he hit and stepped up. You're supposed to just make the bar. Double 3 is when the guy's sitting on the bar point. You just play down to make the point, because while getting hit back makes you lose ground in the race. You just roll 12 pips, and then you lose 18.
kind of shortchanging yourself there.
You didn't do as well as you had hoped. All right, well now we've got a 6-2 to play.
Out and 13-11.
Yeah, that's an option, or you could play out and step up and try to play with 2 blocks.
Right, that may have been better.
Sort of
stepping up.
Sort of an
Step up.
interesting opening here. It's
Because the problem is you're still on the 24 point, right? And then if he rolls the 3-1, you don't get a 6 to get out, even if you are missed. And then by stepping up, maybe you get to make that anchor if you aren't missed. I mean, if you aren't missing your hits.
13 checkers in the zone. It's a little scary.
So we've got a 4-1 to play.
Mexico, I'm here.
I'm not entering there. I'd enter with the 4 and
Certainly
step
coming in
up
on the
24,
4.
23.
I think he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, but how can you take this now?
It's just that.
You got to take the risk now before his board gets
Because
too
he still
bad.
doesn't
So,
have a board.
what
I mean,
ends
they
up
pointed
being a 200 error, right? So what happens now, he's got the 6-1, 6-5, 6-3. He's got the 5-1s, the 5-3s. I mean, it's still a take. He's got no board.
Maybe he just decided beforehand he was going to pass no matter what.
Well, you know what? This is going to be an educational match, my friends. We are going to have many decisions we can have conversations about. That being one of them. But I'm sure. And then we split. Oh, Salomon. This guy looks familiar. He sat in on one of my.
Double hit. That
Whoa.
looks too much. That can't be right.
That is anti-position.
Yeah, checkers in the zone to go for that.
So you're blitzing in a priming position, which is against the rules.
Yep. Don't break the rules.
Don't break the rules, and those are the rules, essentially.
Bill does have 2 silver bullets on his side this time.
And now he's
Watch
making
out
the
for that.
bar instead of covering, which is interesting. So, a lot of people don't like having the ace point, but what I dislike more than having the ace point is having
Slotting
a
it.
Blot
having
on the
a
ace
blot
point.
on the ace point, not covered. Now, I used to take backgammon lessons from Stick, and he's like, if you've got a blot on the ace point, cover the ace point. And that is a lesson to live by. Oh, and other lesson to live by, roll double sixes. Unless you're on the bar.
This seems
So the race right now
Clear play
is
to
he
me.
is down 24 pips, so after the roll, it will be dead even.
Dead.
And so you should just continue to come around because you have no guys back and he has 2 guys back, which gives you the advantage, even though the race is even and the other guy's on roll.
You can't misplay that one.
You can. I've seen some make the bar and leave the ace. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Sure of it. It was 50-50.
4-1 was weird. You make splitting.
I wasn't watching.
here. Surely he should just make this 5.
Yeah, you're leaving a shot anyway. Right? No, he could play. No, 5-4. No.
I don't know about
That's
that.
a bit too stacky. He's got the blood on the ace point.
This is ugly. Too stacky.
So the problem with this is how is he going to bring everything home? And why is he coming all the way out?
Man, we got some fast and loose play here. That
He's
4-1.
hitting? Excuse me. Did he hear
falling
me?
out of our chair.
Did he hear me?
He's
What
There it is.
yeah, there we
going
go.
on here? Don't even scare me like that.
You know, I mean, it's starting to wonder. There was some like,
I've got an
Oh,
old man heart.
Like
You
the
can't
finals
do
of
that
Las
to me.
Vegas, where they just doubled every move until it was 16.
Oh, they were just bluffing though.
Yeah.
okay,
That was Carrie, right?
yeah, Carrie and
I
Joe.
saw that one. Well, listen, if he makes it to the finals, drinking the silver bullets the entire way, I would suggest doing it with everything in life. Driving,
Bicycling. Drunk walking's pretty dangerous.
in my home state, you cannot ride a bicycle.
I think that is technically against the law in most places.
Yeah.
But here's
Like,
the thing,
you're not
right?
harming anybody
Let's
else.
say you lost your license and you can't drive to the bar, so you take your bike to the bar and you take your bike home. It's just rude, right?
So we do have some action here. There was a long distance hit.
Well, now he gets to hit again.
Yeah, outside.
On the outside.
Yeah, I didn't see it originally
on the
either.
outside. And now you get double hit.
Okay.
Oh,
There's the
okay.
dance.
Well,
And I'd say now you're probably in too good, Bill.
Peers are getting closer to each other.
2 scores. I know, not in the best way possible though. They're not getting lower. Why,
There's that. He has.
Why does he
de-
not want to make the
So
ace
Solomon has a definite aversion to making the ace.
Yes,
I missed this
Yeah.
for sure.
Which everyone did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. How do you like the 3-1 there? What do you think? Hitting on the 2
There's
point.
the old dance
Like
again.
Yeah, he's playing on too good, right?
Yes, he is. I would make the ace and hit again,
Yep.
Okay.
but he doesn't want to make the ace.
He has to make the ace. He has to. Justin, I'm gonna bet
He
you the
could
cash
put
contents
3
of
on the
my
bar.
wallet that he makes the ace.
I don't know what you got in there.
$10.
Alex Perry.
Yeah. After the
Okay,
after the tip, it was you. I owe you like $1.
No, I'm not concerned.
Oh, we got
That's called
side bets.
chipping and
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Alex Perry.
All right.
All right. Here we go. No, he doesn't get to make this. Here we go. It's forced almost.
I mean, if he
The
didn't
only
like,
other way was to put a checker on the ace.
if
but
if,
that wasn't
if
gonna
he
happen.
didn't like putting 2 checkers on the ace, he certainly wasn't going to put a third one there.
Certainly not a third one.
Oh, all right. A little action.
What's happening? Uh-oh.
Awkward.
5 checkers on the ace.
Reversal of
No, I know
fortune.
he doesn't.
Well, we want to see that too.
Oh, it's no good here. It's no good here.
Oh, and 2.
The Kibitzers want blood.
2. And you got to come out with the 4.
Okay.
You can't just be lifting in this position. You got to get the out coverage.
Lonergan. Dude, Lonergan went from the intermediates to open in a really fast fashion. And
Why is he hitting?
now he's
Okay.
He's at the better board.
In fairness, Bill Lonergan won the intermediate twice in a
Hitting was
row.
good.
in the first round.
Where's the 5 out?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would have been pounced on otherwise.
Yeah, it's live right now.
I don't know.
Probably.
Wow.
Wow, it's rugged. Well,
These are like I'm just saying, like anything you're saying is on record and going up. Noted.
Bar point or 4? Bar points. Yeah. Yep.
He doesn't mind putting it on the ace now.
Also, I think we have a new favorite.
Yeah.
We got a checker off already.
Yeah, XG doesn't say he missed a double.
Yeah, Brown is a checker.
Brown has
off.
1 off.
He's got 1 off.
Oh, that's a good question.
When he breaks his board again, you might get the cube back.
Well, it's not wrong
He
for Red
picked
to
up the
double.
dice. He picked up the dice instead of hitting the glass.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Rats, raise.
You are down 44 pips. But yeah, they're a
It's
big
only a
threat.
2-point board. The problem is if you don't point and you don't hit, you've got an issue. Wow.
What happens when you do though?
Yeah.
Maybe. I make you roll doubles.
2 or 4.
I make the 2 because I'm not gonna leave.
Yeah, right.
Still no doubles.
I don't want to give him 2-5 and a 1-6 plus the other. 4. Yeah. 1-4, 2-4. What?
Oh,
Why wouldn't he
no,
make
not
the
that
point? Now he's giving him 2-4 to hit. Not 4-3.
Wow, how bad was that one?
Bad. I don't know.
was the
I
best
can't. I
play?
can't keep up with the blunders. 2 points. Yes.
The 2-point was
2
better.
points
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2-point was better because obviously leaving the extra shots gives them an extra 11% to hit just with the 1-6 and 2-5 alone.
This could be a cube.
Oh, now we're flipping it. This is where we regret playing on.
And it's a good
Oh,
double.
and we
It's a
sipped
good
the
double.
silver bullet.
And hey,
Easy scoop. He scooped it.
good double, good take.
Oh, that's a
6-4.
absolute clunker.
4-6, and this is where you hold your breath.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean,
This is where we see
certainly
whose
not in his
power
top
is
10
better.
choices, and now this is
Yeah.
just
Got the
looking.
power.
Uh-oh.
Did he enter?
Uh-oh.
Four cube.
Oh, yes.
With a board like that, you
Yeah.
can't play on too good
Right.
ever. And we got a pass.
And
Yeah,
it
it
was
looks like it was
not a
still a take.
pass.
It was still
How
a
big
take.
was the take?
100, 120.
Yeah, I mean, you can win so many of
Yeah.
It was.
how destroyed his board was. Get 5 checkers on the ace point. So, I mean, the PRs aren't the best at the moment, but I expect them to improve as we go on.
It's up there.
Well, 126.
It was like 12%.
A lot of 6-4s for Bill. Well, if your opponent's not trying to play perfect, then you don't need to play perfect, right?
Nope, I disagree.
Keep
That's
up the
against
pace.
my motto.
Wait, was that showing the thing all the way along?
Time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right there.
What?
I didn't even know you had it.
Oh, you didn't see the XG on the big screen?
Yeah.
See, Albert, the only reason they hand me a mic is because XG is literally on the screen. I mean,
What was that 4-5 with the run? He's supposed to play 13-8, right?
Yes.
So even though you're splitting into the contact, you really want to replenish the builders on the 8-point and try and
Of course, right.
instead of just run all the way out, because if he rolls a 3, you haven't progressed your position at
That
all.
looks weird. Yeah, that was a little too conservative. You should slot both 5s.
Double 5s, I'd like to re-roll, please.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and I guess it just slots the ace, which he hopefully covers in the future. 5 points.
Oh,
that's
nice.
great. Nice shot there.
6-2. Yeah, now he's got to roll out.
Yeah, especially at the score.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a
There's
two.
the mist.
Yep.
That's a roll bust.
Yeah, he should hit on the ace
It's
point.
on the edge. It's on the edge.
Yeah, you hit on the ace point.
It's a small error.
Something to be said about the roll.
I just clicked on and look.
Yeah, but
Let's
it's
play
small.
with
It's almost equal.
.002, the Japanese error, if you will.
What a crucial 0-2 it is.
Yeah.
I make my living by the 002. What was that 6 he played down?
13-7. It was
out.
not okay. It was not okay
He's
at
got to come
all.
out with that. Yeah.
33.
I mean, it's one of these laws that I learned back in the day. I think it was named after Sam Pottle.
Pottle's Law.
Always
If you
run the
have
back
the
man.
ability to run a back checker,
Yeah.
do
Even if
so.
you're just coming to the
The last
bar, you gotta stay there.
one.
You know, you might not roll a 6 in the future to get out, and then your position just comes forward.
When you go, you gotta go.
We give Ian one that's
He gets a fake mic.
Okay, Joe. Close and play.
It was made by Mattel.
Mattel.
Easy bake mic.
This thing's not even plugged in.
We just give you a little toy. We took the battery pack out.
4-1.
It looks like a real one. But
Oh,
you can't
nice
do
play.
anything.
Okay, that was the only play for the 4-1.
I'm just playing.
Okay, somebody take over my transcribing.
Okay, I'll take over.
All right, Ian Terry's taking over the XG.
Albert Stagg, he can comment.
Good thing. This
I
is
will do
the
my
top
best to
zone.
comment.
We've got Albert Stake.
Trenchantly,
All right.
trenchantly, and cogently.
This mic is the rope.
Yes, it is. We played the 5-2 to cover and lift. I've got 4-1. Luckily, all of us. Whoa!
I would make the 2-point
Yeah,
there.
let's make
You
the
don't
2.
kill that checker for no good reason.
Now he's overdoing it with the. Now he's overdoing it with the putting checkers on the ace before, no checkers on the ace.
I mean, I can transcribe it
now
double speed,
all the
so I
checkers
should
on
be
the ace.
fine.
You
It
can
has
transcribe
not
at double
hit the
speed.
block.
I can't. Oh, he hasn't moved completely yet. Okay. No, he played to the 5, that's all. I had a guy earlier in the tournament do a play like that, hit the clock, and then realize he didn't hit me. And I'm like, oh, play stands.
That's legal.
Play stands.
This is
I also
double.
did that one day in a game.
I believe
for
this
money.
is double and pass here. I am
gotta get
doubling
the
as
cube.
white with a 5-point board and a guy on the bar. I am doubling every day of the week.
Especially trailing.
5 glare.
Trailing.
Trailing. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
5-2.
5-2.
Yeah, I'm less sure about doubling as brown here.
He did miss a cube.
Yeah, it's got to be
Yeah,
large.
it's Cubo Grande, as we say in San
I
Antonio.
mean, you're trailing in range. 3, come
Wipe
out.
out.
There you go. And then
He's on the
inch the
bar.
ace
Yeah.
forward. And then you hold your breath.
And
Because last match you rolled 2s in this
Missed
position.
cube.
Like I guess possibly he's thinking too good.
No.
Well, otherwise, like how?
Only one.
No,
Okay,
he
now
wasn't
it's
thinking too good.
No, he thought it wasn't good enough. He was worried about the prime
Yeah.
Technically, it is a correct.
in this position.
Yes.
Yes, not the
Yes.
other one. You missed the cube before.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, it was
The guy
absolutely
might have
missed
took
cube.
because of the other things. You never know.
I think with players who aren't that seasoned, it's an acquired skill to be able to be bold and just say, okay, something bad might happen, but I've got to make my opponent pay to play. You know, if he's gonna joker me here, he's gonna have to pay double freight to make it happen.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is in my own mind keep track of
This
how
is a
many free
dud.
rolls I get.
Oh no, it's not.
When,
Never mind.
when they should have cubed
What
and
am I
I would
doing?
have passed,
Right.
how many shakes I get to try to joker.
Right.
And I feel like if I get it, they deserved it for
Shot.
not making me pay because they would have already won.
Absolutely.
You do it like the count. 1 free roll. Ah ha ha. 2 free rolls. Like Sesame Street, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I know that guy.
Oh, it did
Personal
not like
friend of
his
mine.
play at all. This is a shame.
Shocker.
But there can be a tendency to just like you hope the match is just going to come to you. Like you just plug away and grind it out a point at a time. And that's very costly. You have to make your opponent like pay in blood for every extra roll he gets.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I like out and make the 9.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Right, you're up in the race. He has 3 back. You don't need to be risking bold
Alex
plays.
Perry. Alex Perry.
What's he considering? So we're going to hit and we're going to split off the 24, yeah? We're going to split off the
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. All right. The PRs are in the teens for the first time this match. 2-6 from the bar.
2-6.
Okay. I can hear the computer. I don't want the echo. Can we not do that?
Is it on your screen?
It's on here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can mute that.
Yeah, I don't want to break it. So here, I got it. Alright, and what did you do with the 6-3? You just hit. Okay. One,
Ace, hit,
2, 3, and then
I'm glad he's doing it in order. He's making the 5 is more important. I always like to do things in order. It makes backgammon
so that is
decisions easier.
not a good roll.
Yeah, you don't want that one. This one is
That's
improved
very
over the
clear.
other one.
It's a nicey dicey there. 6-5. Well, that'll play.
Well, that's the best roll ever. No, it's terrible.
I mean,
This is tough for Brown because it's
totally
very hard to see
disconnected.
what kind of a game plan he has here. Is he playing a back game? Is he trying to prime? Is he trying to
Running
attack?
seems fine.
I think I would have made the bar point because that's really nice real estate.
I mean, it's not really holding the guy
Uh,
very much, and I think the mid is
correct.
pretty good.
Correct play is what he did.
Yeah, just
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Whose settings are these? It has
Because-
0.03 is red.
Wait,
Justin, are these yours or?
No, 'cause what-
0.03 is red.
Did we borrow this computer from
You borrowed this
Mochi or?
from
Point
Mochi or
0.05
something?
0.05 is red on mine.
Okay. Well, this is.
I'm not
Oh,
good enough to be a
classics, okay.
You should
0.03
change
red
those
yet.
settings. That's
And just down with the 5.
for the rest of us.
Wait, is it a 5 or a 4? Oh, it's
4.
a 4.
All right. Bingo, bango.
Now, this is the sort of game that will wreak havoc with your error rating if that's the sort of thing you care about.
Well,
So many reasonable ways to play this, right? You can hit, you can take the 3-point.
I took the 5 and hit.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving, you know? You've already got all of your checkers back. Why not add
It
another one?
was correct. Absolutely the right play.
Hey, and he doesn't hit you back. Look at that. Improvement.
So you're on the 3 and
I'm just stacking it up. Am I stacking it?
no, no.
So 3s and 4s cover, 6s.
So you know, when you say it's absolutely the right play, are you looking at the alternatives? And like
Maybe
how-
Yes, yes. If it's clear, then
Is
yes.
playing to the 4 better or to the 11?
I don't really. I'm hoping here. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Brown's
Bar.
got something.
Another consideration would have been to have made the inner point down. It seems alright.
This is very unpleasant.
Brian Mans? Brian Mans?
It does not like that dilly.
You could just play 13 to
Brian Mans?
play 24-18, that's fine. What's the race right now? He's down 30
White
still?
is just wildly ahead.
Brian Mans, please.
Okay.
It's a great play to make. He's got 2 blockers.
The jilted jump with
Oh, he can't move the guy.
No, he can't. This is not right either.
Make the ace, yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean, those checkers they're doing quite a bit.
I'm gonna make the blocking point here and just come in for fun.
XG is not.
He wanted to probably leave one of his ankles.
Ooh.
Jose Farca?
So what is what?
David Kettner?
Oh, there's so many.
There's a lot of weird ones. I would say. Oh, now look at this. See now, game plan. You know, it's totally different. There's a lot of shifting game plans in this one.
Nothing really feels all that consistent from either side.
Okay, and I mean,
Might as well make
blocking,
the
right?
point.
Has to be this. Good play. Yeah.
He blocked the 6-1, huh?
Should continue.
I like, yeah.
And just for fun, double 5. No.
So he's got to do this and then make the ace points.
So Salomon has clearly the better game here with the higher anchor, and
yeah, and he's just not being blocked by anybody really, you know.
So this
I
is
don't know
a
if
fail
you-
and probably going to be a cube here.
makes
I
the
think.
point.
It's interesting, a 5-point board, but I think I would spin a cube here and make him think about it.
What does the machine say?
Like
No,
the play.
light bulb for the cube.
Oh, whoops,
Or
sorry.
never mind, doesn't matter.
Did it not like the? How far wrong was the double?
5-2. No, he didn't like the 5-2.
5-2, and this
The 5-2, you what?
absolute horror show.
Well,
Wow. Good thing he stayed on his anchor.
I actually, yeah, no, this
So
is not the right idea. And now we get a cube. A good cube.
Can you check the cube back and roll 18?
Is this even a
It was no double.
You can't take this.
Yeah, I mean your board's just busted. You don't want to be playing holding games when your board's busted.
Anytime you run on
Karen
the breaker, you're
Davis?
just going to be attacked. Your board is terrible.
Karen Davis.
Ian, how far wrong was a cube on the previous roll on 18?
What should he have done with the
0.143.
The 5-2, what is he, just run on it?
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or no, he
You become very
he
swashbuckling
broke
with
that.
the cubes.
Broke the blocking point.
Oh, he didn't make the inside point. He broke the outer one.
Okay, we got to pass.
So strange.
What?
What does it say?
It did not like the pass. It was actually
Krieger, Jeremy
apparent-
Krieger.
Not even a double?
no double, apparently. The commentary room liked the cube.
Wow. Snuck one past.
I wanted to double the roll before when he had a shot at the
Is
block.
it-
It's
yeah.
very volatile. But,
Backgammon is hard. I mean,
This. Battle between the Titans.
Albert, you're be like M1, right?
yeah, M1. I'm around 5.6 or something.
That's cool. Justin, you're well,
I,
not enough experience, but would be GM if you keep it up.
I have chosen to not continue to submit based on the recommendation of my backer.
Okay. Yeah,
My
that's
backer said I should stop submitting to BMAB. He called me a bunch of names, and he said, "What's more important?" to
Okay,
you?"
everybody, if I can have your attention
Money.
briefly.
You felt you were playing less to win than to score?
No.
We're making a trophy present.
Tell me later.
yeah.
Okay, we've got our first results of the weekend
Oh,
in the novice division.
okay.
Aaron, calm down. In the novice division, he lost. Okay, we've got in fourth place from San Antonio, I guess, is Robert Gonzalez.
No good here.
Okay, in third place from Dallas area, Fort Worth, is Michelle Hearn. Second place from Bernie, Texas, is Mary Kay Lively. And our novice champion, all the way from Salem, Oregon.
All right, we get to
Jeremy
make the
Krieger.
5 points.
So now, if you want
These guys are playing a good bit
6-5
better
just
now.
Runs around.
He likes the point. I don't hate it. I really
Running
don't.
around.
Actually, the bot likes the point, but running around is point of.
Okay, so it's close.
Yeah.
But still, for flexibility's sake, anytime I start to feel a little bit stripped on the outside, I mean, I guess it thinks that maybe you can just escape next roll. But I am not so optimistic, and here is one of the rolls that doesn't allow it to happen.
No, but I think more it's about attacking that blot on the deuce point.
Yeah, I
It
hear
is
you.
vulnerables. You got 10 in the zone. You got a better board.
Everything on the outside is stripped. Anything that needs to hit or move from there breaks. If you can't, then extract your outside guy. So
And this
what
is
you
just
do
bye-bye midpoint, right? I mean, you don't like it. You don't have any
You
other
don't have any
options.
other option after the previous play.
21 is a nice shot, actually. Two. Gotta love this. As one of my old coworkers would say, that's what he loves.
That's what he what?
That's what he loves. It's like the best roll.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I pointed, and I hope he does it because I don't have to roll XG back. Okay, good.
all right.
I don't think there's a whole lot to think about there. What are we, nah, maybe not with the score, but, oh, okay, yeah, we are thinking about, should have been thinking about cubing now. At least think about it, you know.
How bad was it not doubling there?
It's small, 0.037. I keep seeing the pink, you know, cube, but it's these settings. When they take a break, I'm changing these. I don't see any value to
you should.
to this. I mean, it's
Darren Davis, are you in the room?
I kind of like that the standard XG blunder is 0.08. It's point to point as opposed to 0.1.
Yeah.
Just because of the tyranny of like decimal tens.
Yeah.
Why should it be like?
I changed mine personally to 0.05.
Yeah, 0.05 seems pretty reasonable as a blunder. That's what I have mine at, and I have 0.005 as the greenies.
I have mine set to anything that isn't perfect.
And
Because you, like, I mean, at a certain point, there is like, in my viewpoint, like an algorithm to be solved with some of these moves, and if you don't ever see them, if they don't turn color, you don't know to solve for them.
Yeah.
And you continue to make them smaller, that over time can cost you equity. So.
Yeah. Well, you have to.
Time to run.
Al Johnson.
I got a match.
I think for me, I like 0.005 for the greenies, just on the basis of the opening replies. You know, you want to have those down.
Yeah, I mean, I did a whole thing on those.
But it totally depends on where you are in your game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a totally personalized thing. It's a tool for you to flag things that you're interested in addressing. And there's no point, like, you know, shaming people for having 0.08.
Yeah, and you know what, actually...
Like some of us make 0.12 checker errors fairly often.
Wow, another 5-2.
I mean, certainly within my range. There was actually a miscube there.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's still on the roof. You've got all the attackers that can make the 2 point. You just might never come in again.
Anytime your opponent is on the roof against
this
a 4-point
is
board,
actually
you
now
need a
too
reason
good.
not
And now
to
it's
double.
too good.
Let me see if I can change these here. Are they taking a break?
I don't think so.
They don't look like it.
No, they don't look like it.
I think they are full steam ahead.
Okay.
But would you agree with that? Like, I just feel like
I mean,
if I'm on the board
where
against
you're
a
at.
4-point board, like if my opponent isn't doubling me, I'm in heaven.
Yes.
Getting a roll to see if I come in and make a game of it. And,
we got a 4 glare. 4
5. But I mean, XG is just a training tool,
right?
You know, so I mean, you need to set it at what you feel like you should set it at in order for your current level and what you're trying to improve on.
All right. Now this is a great play. Oh, and that's no good. No good. So
Not in Texas
I don't
these
know.
days.
I like dice on checkers.
Once you get used to it,
you know, it's I feel like I spent 2 years getting used to it, and then I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Let's leave it behind. Let us not talk about it. Let us not speak of it.
Yes.
If Bill Riles has come to flat checkers, then the rest of us are going to be close behind.
I don't know. It doesn't make much of a difference. I just want to play backgammon. I just want to play backgammon.
I guess we're just gonna play to the 3-point.
Dice on checkers, upside down, underwater. I just want to play backgammon. That's all. The level of play has markedly improved. I think they've gotten the jitters out. Oh, come on.
You are not making ace point there. Thank you.
Oh yeah, making the ace would have been really wrong.
It's just anti-positional. You've got a priming structure. You make the ace. You're getting rid of all of the spare checkers that would be used to make the 4. It just doesn't make any sense in the position.
This is correct.
That's the only play there. Oh, and that's the only play there.
Phew.
Good thing you didn't get rid of those spare checkers to make the ace point.
Yeah.
This game should be over. If you want it to be, of course.
Brian Vance.
He's just shaking.
I don't hate rolling on here.
It's pretty hard to get your market back here, I think.
Well, I mean, for sure.
Brian Vance.
Yeah, it's way too good. Well, not way too good.
Used to playing from
Quite
money.
too good.
Or exotic these things. I've seen worse than this taken for cash.
I'd like to meet your opponents.
Nope, not introducing them to anyone.
Locking them up as tight as a
not
drum.
Be introducing them to anyone.
Your backer wouldn't like that.
Mine.
Yeah, playing on isn't a matter of how likely the gammon is. It's a matter of how costly it is to get your market back. So if there's no roll that gets your opponent is taking, then by definition he should play on.
It was this, right?
Oh, no.
What's happening?
Well, he spooked him. He spooked him out of a...
So he made the...
I don't know, that's interesting.
What is going on here?
Yeah, that seems surprising.
From the roof?
Yeah.
He doubled?
He's shooting at all the
No,
blocks.
right. So he danced and was
double fours,
cubed.
Pat. You go back.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you guys did double
I got it.
Oh, okay. And then,
Yeah, it was too good. I mean, it was not that much too good because it's pink because we don't know what these settings
How
are.
too good was it?
I
So
can't go back.
Opening 3-1
Okay.
for the other guy. Double fives.
But that's it's a good tactical play. Then he put him on the roof, and apparently he spooked his opponent into feeling like things could go south.
It really super too good.
No.
I'm just I don't care about the midpoint now. You've got the replacement midpoint.
No, if I've got two checkers deep behind a 5' and a chance to hit a third one, I'm definitely feeling too good there. Anyway.
Okay, well, it didn't like that play. That roll, I'll tell you that. Well, it's kind of like this. Whoa.
Bruce Feenstad. Alfred.
Has he played any part of this roll yet?
Yeah, he played the 5.
Okay.
Now the ace.
That's right.
I mean, you don't want to be stuck with it. Well.
No, this is just this is the dog's nuts.
Just make the 4, yeah?
That's my play.
Because that's the last thing you want him to do is just roll a 4-3 on you.
I think the last thing you want is for him to roll a 5-4 on you. You can prevent a 4-3.
You can prevent
I think
a
that
4-3.
was your point, wasn't it, Justin? Okay.
The other one, 4-6 and the double 5s anyway, so.
I mean, if you're not going to make the 4-point here, you should probably just think about.
Well,
yeah, look at that. 4-6, 5-5. Gratuitous.
Our robotic friend did not like that one.
We'll just add that to the list of.
Yeah, so. I wonder what the motivation is in thinking of not doing that.
Well, he doesn't want to be attacked. This is the thought. And because every number might be a pass for me, probably not that big of a deal.
Jeez.
Yeah, so this is like a classic.
This is why I like dice on checkers. Sorry. Sorry.
So I always roll my dice into the bar.
Yeah, roll them.
Yeah, good idea.
I don't roll them across the board because they just get stuck.
Cock dice are not a problem for people who don't, who care about it and don't want to cock their dice all the time. Spectators, it isn't for you. But, okay. Definitely. This has to be a pass.
Dead on obvious. What? He's taking his delay. I like that. So many times, you'll insta pass and then overlook something about the position. But okay, now it's getting to a point where I'm starting to worry. Okay, now he just passed. What's that? What? Apparently it was a small take at least.
What?
I don't. Yeah, I don't understand that. That to me, these settings, but I don't know exactly.
Was it green or
Well,
red?
it was pink, but we don't. That doesn't mean anything because the pink setting is like very low. Or red, I guess you could say.
Nice shake.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yes.
Five, just hop out.
Can't converse in
International superstar Marty Storer is in the room having a conversation with someone. I wonder if we can lure him over.
Yeah, he'd be great to have on the commentary. He whipped my
I think
rear end earlier.
I think Marty Storer might lend a certain tone of worldliness to our discussion.
Didn't like hitting on the ace.
Yeah. Why don't you just make the 8 and step up? Like,
What was the roll there?
Oh my gosh,
uh,
I'm luring Marty Storer as we speak. He approaches.
And followed by a
Marty
Now
Storer,
4-2.
New England Backgammon Club champion. BMAB star, USA #1. Top 5 worldwide, Marty Storer.
Hello, everyone. What's going on here? So we got Bill Lonergan versus Salomon. Talking about okay, so we got XG on the left.
XG on the left and the match
Okay.
on the right. Yep.
All right. So the score is 5-3 to 11. Salomon Zonana, who I don't know who. I've never played him or seen him play. I see him on the screen. I played Bill earlier and lost to Bill. And we've got 11-pointer. Okay, so we got one checker back for Bill Lonergan white.
And now it's time to run.
He must run. The race was 35-2.
And then it was after the
96,
4-2.
140 for black.
After the 4-2.
79 and 65 is 144, 140, and you just rolled something. So it's a pretty close race. Oh, 6-4-8, you have points on the 2-point. No choice there.
One of your better rolls.
Yeah.
Gives the chance that
It was
you miss.
4-4. And then
He's
what
got
was
nine.
the roll
He's got
there?
nine numbers to hit.
6-4. The blonde. Yellow roll. 6-4.
Oh, no.
Oh, 6-4 here.
No, he doesn't have a checker back anymore because he rolled a 4-5 before and came all the way out.
Oh, okay.
So now we just have
Just
have a holding game here.
I lost it.
It's okay. We can start it up next game.
And Bill
Change the
Lonergan's
score.
trying to
It's
get
fine.
home. Bill's trying to get home safely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Wishing
Yeah,
to leave
it's not a big deal.
no blots, no shots.
Can they even see this?
No.
Okay.
Guys in the other room?
No.
Oh, no.
The viewing audience.
No, they can't see it. We tried to find a way to make it work, but it was too busy with the
So
computer.
Bill makes his 5-point with the 3-1. Very welcome. Another point to land on. 16.
Well, that's not the best 6.
622. So
Gotta break the 8 now, right? I mean, you don't want to leave a shot.
yeah, you run out of 3. You'd have to with the second shot.
Yeah. It wouldn't just be 1. You'd be leaving 2. Not the easiest one to bring home.
This is called Danny Kleinman had a term holding game equity of the third kind. When you're playing a holding game, your opponent, in order to avoid shots, might have to dump checkers behind you and then waste pips, consequently in the race. It's happening to poor Bill Lauder. He cannot leave a direct shot, play safely, and he's a stack on the 2-point already, which is not good for his race. And so, break what point? It's debatable. It's not.
He's
not,
literally
not,
just hoping to roll numbers larger than a 7.
Now,
Seven
what
at
he
least for
could
the
do is
rest of
keep
the
the, he
match.
Yeah.
could keep the midpoint and just. I mean, I believe this is what I would do because I don't know.
What's his number? He
It
played
was
it all
6-4. He played 21 to 11, keeping the midpoint for pressure.
Yeah, that sounds
Later
about right.
pressure, and then he could always break the midpoint if he needed to, and even leave a block depending on the situation.
That's all right.
No, he's going to play 5-3, 5-2. He should. versus hitting. I mean, I don't know. It's just like.
I mean,
it's
how do
hard.
You just play 13-8, like.
Yeah, you play
13.
You can play 13.
I mean, what do you do after the other play?
No, it's not happy.
But
You
I mean,
just
anything
hope-
else,
just
you
hope
never
for-
get home.
You just hope for miracles.
You never get home the other way.
You could play 60. You could hit on bounce him to 1 point for leading.
You gotta find a way to win
shots.
because you're already holding the cube. Anything else just seems
True.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is the DMT.
That's from the school of stick right there, right?
Yeah.
Find the big play and make it. So regardless of the fact that
And
it
so
was right,
so
you
you know
gotta-
it seems like 5-3, 5-2 is not the best because you can only land your roll doubles. You can land on the 6 point.
I don't know about lifting that.
I would not lift. I would just. He's got to win the game on the board. So he could close that board and win a game.
Yeah.
With 4 outside. It's not that. He's play safe with 3-1. That's not necessarily right either. He could consider diversifying the checkers. I'm not sure what was right. There he goes. Now he.
Yeah, I mean now he
He
can
could
just
lose.
comfortably win the race.
He could easily lose, not easily lose. He could actually lose.
Yeah, in these positions, it's okay to hit loose, but it's not okay to
Yeah, and
slide.
always closes the
yeah.
board. Double one.
Yeah,
Joker.
that'll do.
This is how you make it to the semifinals.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know.
Personally.
So now Salomon Zonana is on track to win 2 more points and maybe 4. But
that hurts his cause
there's
for
a
4.
5.
Yeah.
You should probably generally just come in with a 6 point.
This is going to be
Yeah.
difficult to get the gammon. What do you think the percentage here is, Marty?
So 21 on 6-12, 34 pips to get in, which is like 4 rolls plus, and then an extra, so like 5 rolls, and then you just played some number of pips, and so it might be a little close. I mean, it's going fast. So he could play that. It's not a bad idea sometimes to play 7-5 with a deuce here. A position like that, but he probably, I suppose he need not do it, but it sort of locks in a wastage of only 1 pip. And there's 4-3. He's going to probably just go in 6 point. And now there's some awkwardness. If you roll, he might waste some pips. White might waste some pips. I call white and black, no matter whether they're yellow and brown.
Yes.
I'm just. But now, okay, so 2-1. So he's not going to waste any pips outside.
He's got a chance here to get the G.
Yeah, I mean this is really. Oh yeah, that one is just deadly.
Okay, so you play 11-6, and his only missing numbers are 2-1, 4-4, 4-3. Yeah. I've studied these positions. Yeah, so there he goes. That's the right play. Yeah, so you look for numbers that correspond to the gaps. So with 4s and 3s, until 4-3 and 4-4 miss, 3-3 doesn't miss, and 2-1 is the only other one that misses. So So 31, 36 times.
I love it when you look this long and all of a sudden
the black just rolls a set.
31.
Yeah.
So 31 squared is 961 on 1296 before the roll, and now he's got No, I did 4
Okay, no,
4
no,
4 3 and
no hating
4 4
yourself.
3 2
Close one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So 7 3 to 11. So 4 away. This is semis here. So this is a lot going, a lot riding on this.
4 away, 8 away.
I'm rooting for Bill because Bill, well, he's the underdog in the match and he beat me, so I can say, well, I lost to the eventual winner.
Oh! Break time.
Break. Come on.
Where do you get the beer?
You know, is there any way, since now they're on break, let me do 2 things. Maybe I could back this up
Maybe you can change that setting.
and change the setting.
Yeah, so all you have to do for the transcription to skip the game is change the score. And start it. Oh, you've already done that?
No, I have not.
Do you want me to do that?
Yes,
Or?
and also I'm going to change the settings on this right now. I mean, yes, so the threshold here was 0.02 is a blunder, and anything that's not perfect is...
It's insane, 0.02?
I mean, what?
Yeah, are you Japanese?
Yeah,
Japanese,
yeah. I use...
A Japanese blunder being 0.02.
Yeah. I use 0.005 and 0.05. I feel like that's very generous.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, somebody said, "Oh, there's a term I heard, the
Okay,
Japanese
Justin, if
blunder."
you could skip this
it was
game.
quoted to me as 0.04 as a Japanese blunder, and then now it's getting down to 0.02. But the Japanese are excellent backgammon players, and I think it's their
score now?
something about the national culture plugs into study of backgammon.
Some bicyclists outside.
Bikes outside, the rental bikes, yeah.
Are we on the air still?
Your mic is still online.
Okay, so we'll be able to go back and.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't want to swear and.
So just able to go back and finish that game once it's later.
It's gone, but it doesn't matter. They're playing that.
Okay. We're probably not
But there's a
gonna
lot
release
to talk about. I mean, there's so many crazy things that have been happening in this match. It becomes a little overwhelming.
Yeah, right.
Because I mean, when every decision is an error.
He's paid.
Ami Benari.
Okay, if I can have everybody's attention in a moment, I'd like to announce that we have our first finalist in the championship division from Houston, Texas, Scott Ward. Yo!
Told you I wanted help. I told you to buy me. Your buddy Keith wouldn't keep up with me.
Is your clock running? So we can back the tape up and correct that. All right. Okay. Sorry, what I had stopped it. Happens down the road. We got you back. We might need to get Tara involved here.
Okay.
So, Smarty Store. So Bill Lonergan and Salomon Zonana are ready to come back from break, but I guess Bill Lonergan left, or both players left the clock running. So Bill Lonergan's clock wound down. I don't know, looking for his gin. But now, I think several minutes elapsed on Bill's clock, and so that they're, we noticed. I didn't, but Ian Terry did, or somebody did, and now they're trying to determine what to do about the fact that Bill lost time on his clock, but they don't know exactly how much. And I'm guessing it's several minutes, but we'll return. I would say several minutes. Maybe as much as 5 minutes or even more. And we've got a Twitch TV stream here, I guess, and I'm told there's no way to rewind that.
Brian Vance.
So we'll see what happens with that clock situation, because this is semifinals of a major ABT tournament, and there be an appeal, and there should be some resolution from the director. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So Bill Riles is one of the main organizers of San Antonio, and Bill says that it's all in Taro Mendocino's capable hands. So there will be a resolution, and Bill Lonergan's clock will be added to, and that'll be it. So we will be with you when that occurs.
Well, he's got 1759. That's probably right.
What did I do to myself?
Tony Elliott.
Yeah, you have to press it's one of those. I've got one of those kind of clocks, and you have to push the blue button. It's visible. Push it down, and that stops the clock. But if you don't push it all the way, or if you forget to push it, then that's it. It keeps running.
One of you guys just fix my time to 12:53.
I'll let Tara do. She knows. I'll mess everything up.
So 1759.
Okay, so now they're going to reset it.
12:33.
Can you write that
And
down?
Bill went down to 5 minutes 54 seconds.
1759.
And if you get a tough position or two or three, and you have to spend some thinking time, then you'll burn your time. The way this works is that each player has got 12 free seconds to make their move, but once the 12 free seconds per move is elapsed, then they're into their time bank. And if they exhaust their entire time bank, I believe they just lose the match. There's some rule variations where you get some kind of disadvantage, but you don't lose. But I believe in this tournament you just lose. I think it's the standard. I've never played in a tournament knowingly where I had to pay attention to what happens if I run out of time.
Never a problem.
I've never have in backgammon. In chess I did once, but that was a long time ago.
Can you fix my scorecard so it's a tie? I guess not. That's fair enough.
Where else people would come from? I've never met this. You know what? My brother-in-law, my wife's brother-in-law. On the way down, I stayed for a week down in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Mattias Dahlberg.
Sure. So I don't know. I guess I don't have an opinion about that, because in chess world, it was like if your flag falls, if your time is left, lose, and people were not helpful, right? In backgammon, sort of the etiquette seems to be like, gentle opponent, you're running out of time, so just have an eye to the clock. I was playing an opponent who had just a minute plus left. When he gets down to a minute, I'll notify him. But then he notices himself and says, "Oh, my clock's running down here." So, I didn't have to do anything. But that's it's an interesting question Albert brings up. Like, what should the rule be, and what is the rule in the tournament? We think it's just that you lose when your time's elapsed.
If the time elapses, you do lose. I can confirm that.
Okay, so Alex. Ian Terry says he knows, and they're standing around, and now it looks like the clock's been fixed, and so that was almost 6 minutes. That was almost 7 minutes. It was 6.5 minutes or so that sort of jibes with what we thought. It was at least 5 minutes, and it was more. So Tara Mendocino rewound her stream or something, and she figured out that when they started to take their break, he had 12:33. But Salomon Zonana has got 17 and 59. Now that's still plenty of time. It's still plenty of time. In most cases, if you've got 12 minutes left and you've got 8 points to go, and your opponent's 4 points to go, you're pretty much okay. But you don't want to be that much behind on time. But it's because of those 12 free seconds, you can survive.
Since there's a disanalogy between backgammon and chess regarding clocking, chess is a game of cerebration where you're looking down multiple board hands of plays, and that's integral to the game. In backgammon, I get more of a sense that it's about keeping a tournament moving. We just want players to get finished in good time with matches so that more matches can get done.
Yeah, that's the reason for the 2 minutes per match point kind of thing.
Not to mention, like I know that the ABT rules are written. I'm on a mic. Yeah, I know that the ABT rules explicitly say, the clock is not intended to be punitive in any way. It's just to keep the tournament moving along, and also the opponent to run out of time is not supposed to be viewed as an alternative way to win the match.
It's not punitive, like you're not.
It's not the intent. The intent is not to be, like.
Well, by analogy, in chess, they have, you have to do a lot of thinking. There's no like in backgammon, you've got a long, fat analysis tree. It gets very fat, very quickly. There's 21
distinct possibilities.
Rolls, and you have to determine what to do with each. You have to integrate all that if you're going to try to look ahead. And it's just not really possible. No.
Just more about texture. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too hard to do that, and you have to make estimates. It's just ridiculous, right? It's just like, and in chess, it's hard to. It's hard to look ahead, but it can be done. The great players can look ahead a lot. Lesser players less so, but they still have to get the tournament moving. To some degree, but not as much. I guess you're right, not as much. So they are still. So there's Bill Lonergan on the video feed, standing around and smoking.
Smoke break. Yeah.
After a few 20 seconds, my brain is like,
yeah.
Marty is scratching numbers and figuring out.
Except for the final in Australia, the one of the tournament that every match I saw that was reported except for the final was played without a clock. There's no way I'm playing Mochi without a clock. The guy plays 2.5 and under on a clock. If I give him no clock, he'll be playing at a 1. There is no way in the world would I ever allow that to happen.
It's an interesting point that a lot of intermediate or advanced players don't appreciate. Like
Tara, do you need to tell them in there, or are we just going to keep going? Do you need to tell them in there, or we just keep going?
A stronger player across the board from you, you want to talk to your friend.
Okay.
Because that guy can make more use of his time
True enough.
doing deep analysis than you can probably. So you want to talk. By speed against
One of the things I like to do, I mean, honestly, I did a match transcription of a super speed match between Michi and one of the European players, and there was a double threes that never would have been missed ever in a slow match. That would have won Michi the super speed. Missed it completely.
So now Salomon Zonana 4-away on no longer going to be away. Bill will score split, and then Salomon Zonana maybe 3-1 now.
You just
got 5-3.
make the 3.
Like 8-10,
I opt for making the 3, but is it?
A new point is a good asset. Now this usually fewer shots, then you're more trouble when you get that.
And
Oh, and it's actually a missed cube despite of the score. Or, well, actually not in spite of the score.
Okay, yeah. So
At a 4-way score, Gammons win him the match. So
yeah.
I mean that definitely could be a reason for it.
Right, and that's the reason.
Yeah, it is.
For money, I wouldn't, but at the score, the gammon value increases a lot. So.
Yeah, and then if you get lose 4, you're. now he's gonna go for it. Now, Mike, okay.
Yep, there it is. And what was the roll?
4-1.
Thank you.
And now 4-1 for
Sorry.
Bill Lonergan. Enter another 24.
Yep.
6-2.
6-2. This is interesting. Okay. So
What happened with this? Oh, 4-1. I see.
Should we have this panel showing the cubes and moves
Yes.
instead of the?
Yes.
We don't really care about their.
Yeah, sure.
So that block is exposed on Bill Lonergan's bar point.
So that was not what happened there.
Are terrible. First of all, they only have
I think
Joker to double 2.
you should make the anchor here.
So
I prefer the 4.
I mean, no, I got it mixed up. Who was who on with the scores here? Yeah, no, making the 4 is definitely clear.
It keeps going back is the problem. Yes.
I thought the scores were switched. The other guy was around.
Sorry.
Pretty impressive.
Now Salomon Zonana is okay. So he might survive, but double.
Yeah, 8 away, 4 away. I mean, this is now like basically.
He's got to think, okay, do I make the 10 11 8 contact position nicely, or do I now he did not redouble.
Didn't redouble.
I have a question.
I would redouble this. What does XG say?
XG did not. You know, and I think this
Maybe there are
it.
So what does it say? No redouble by a lot.
It was 0.02. Yeah.
You could also bluff the guy if you go plus.
Yeah, I mean, I would be afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's a 4 cube, then you
Yeah.
okay, the gamma's floating around. It isn't.
Gammon's on a 4 cube.
This is not too good, right? You're saying this is too good.
So no, this okay. So this I don't know. Okay, so this might be it's too good if you can win by doubling in the ordinary variation. But I would skeptical.
Was it
It's a lot
not
of work.
good
You gotta
enough or too
escape
good?
both those back checkers. And you really
I'll tell you the next roll.
Okay.
The Joker 2-6,
Alright.
whatever. Joker double 1s. Now
6-5.
Too good. Too good.
Yeah, it's too good. Which means, effectively, I think your cube was a good decision.
Yeah, you're just
I run.
just going here.
I mean, we could make the 2, but I prefer the run for the flexibility. Maybe you get to make the 6 prime next roll.
Yeah, you make that's way better win.
Oh no.
Bill Rides.
So the entire time he didn't think he was playing on, he thought he wasn't good enough because he had 2 back.
Bill Rides.
See, there's an error in thinking.
Sometimes you're a bit tired, and there's a lot of stake that usually feel money in there. So
You've had a few. You've had a few cores light.
Who cubed that one? Bill cubed him out?
Yeah, it was too good by a nice amount. Yes.
Almost by definition, like there had to be a sliding scale. That game was very gradual as it moved from.
This is a nice shot.
Too good. So there had to be a cube in there someplace. Someone told me once that you get to a point where you're way too good. That was probably the case. It was very. It wasn't like there was a huge joker roll.
So now we've got a game where White has got a 3.4, Bill Lonergan has a 3.4, and now he's
Huge. Humongous. No double.
So there's no doubling, just split here. And it's only, now it's only 4-way, 6-way. He's going to double now. Now this is bluff equity here. But he's going to...
on the wrong side.
No.
And now, all right, so he's got a cover, he can't. Wow. So now, Salomon Zonana's got a double direct shot, and he's going to make, instead of getting outside, he's a flat. A lot better. And now, Bill's in front with a pretty good roll, and he enters the game.
What's going on with these scores? Yeah, what happened here? Yeah. I don't know what happened. I think when we switched the score, I think we mixed it up. When we skipped the games. Yeah, that's good.
No, it's messed up. The score's messed up on the
Score, okay, so all right, so we don't. We have to analyze ourselves.
2-way, 4-way.
No, it's 4-way, 6-away.
Right.
So they have 2-way. Okay, the score is wrong on our XG.
Has this been the case the whole match?
No. You can't rely on it.
It's like, that would explain a few things.
We have to think for ourselves rather than let the bot think for us.
It's all good. Well, it won't change.
All right, so now that the game, so Salomon Zonana has got an advantage, so the slate, well, he owns the cube. Bill Lonergan comes along.
Oh no.
All right, so I was talking like a blue streak. I was talking a blue streak, but my mic wasn't on, so you might have heard me on somebody else's mic, but not understood me. Okay, so Marty Store back with a working mic. Okay, so Bill Lonergan is breaking. He's got an 18-point anchor and he's breaking. And he's thinking about it. He's thinking, and I think I would do it because he's running out of time. And now Salomon's got a blot on his board, and he's missed this shot. He had 2s and 10s, and which is 50 numbers he missed, and he just broke his midpoint, and he's owns the cube, and he's going to hope for a shot, and the race is 32, 41, 43, 61, 02.
Which
black
into the 6 point.
Bring into the 6 point. You minimize shots. 96 is that right for white after the roll? 28, 34, 38, 54, not 94. Wait a minute. He's got a 2 to play. 28, 34, 40, 44, 80. What? I keep getting the wrong count. So now he'd be leaving.
Black has 99.
This is four
it's
shots.
It's not quite right, but
Black has 99.
Yeah, but
30,
it would be probably around 11,
43, 60. No, Black has
got
not got 99. He's got 102. Now, okay, he hit. He left 5-3. He left 5-3-6-2, which is 4 numbers, which is 3 numbers. And he got hit. And now he's got to think: Am I too good? Or shall I? I don't think he's too good. I think he's got a triple shot to cover plus 6-3. Okay.
You're saying let's make it for the match.
Why would he redouble here?
Well,
he loses all of his gammon value.
Right, he loses his gammon value, but Yeah,
he loses all of his gammon value by turning the cube.
Right.
Right. But how much is that gammon
Looks
value?
considerable
It's worth a
to me.
lot. It's worth a lot.
Yeah, he could win the match.
Yeah.
To win the match while still holding on to the cube, so if things
He
go
could
wrong,
he could win the match, and he has a lot of numbers to cover.
this
that
has to be
thing.
bad. I think. I mean,
Yeah, he's got
wow, it looks really bad.
Well, essentially, he's inviting his opponent to make it for a match on both sides. So he's
well, I'm not sure it's correct to play up to take this.
right.
Well, yeah, but
it looks very difficult.
But if it's an easy pass, then why would you?
I think it's true. Yeah, I think you must be right because there are just so many numbers that cover.
So many.
There's
Sixes are really, really
yeah, there's
bad.
33. There's 33, 34, 30, 36. No, 30 is all. No, double sixes does not cover.
Yeah.
But that's the only one, perhaps.
So.
I don't see anything else. What else? What doesn't cover besides double sixes? That's the only one.
That's the only one. So if you're telling me he covers with 35 out of 36 numbers,
I'll bet $1.
and then you got a 5-point board, and the guy's still sitting on the roof, and you could win a gammon for the match because of all that guys on the
There's
outside.
35, right?
He is thinking about
And
it.
even double sixes, okay, well, you're underdog get back, so drop, so he thinks, right?
I mean, sometimes you just get lucky to have an opponent that'll cube you there.
It's now 2. It's nerves, because I'm not sure. So they both got plenty of time now. Bill Lonergan's got plenty of time, and he could have thought. He could have taken a little time to think about that decision. These are big decisions.
He took some time there. I thought he took some time.
Well, the thing
Kind
is
of
with
I feel like Salomon.
I thought the cubing decision was
He did not make it.
was
He did not make
misunderstood, right? Where if you're literally just 4 points away and you can just play on, it's difficult if you're not looking at all the numbers that cover.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just.
Well, like an earlier decision, I think it's really a case where you played most of the game as an underdog. You got doubled. You feel like you're under pressure, and there's this emotional relaxation when, oh my gosh,
Now I can win.
Now I'm a favorite. Now I can win. Now I can take the game.
But now the guy might be able to turn the entire.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's a wrong decision. But I'm just trying to speak to the emotional element. Like we're sitting here as though it's all irrational. Like, oh well,
Yeah.
But it's a little harder over the board
whoops. Yeah.
to moderate your feelings, and I think that's what explains a double like that.
Yeah, so this is interesting now. So Salomon Zonana's a little front loaded on his side. He's got a third checker on his 4-point. Now a 4-3 to hits outside. I think it's right. I think so. But now double threes. Now he's getting hit now. So he could get hit twice. Get hit twice on the 8-point and the 1-point. Right? I would do it because he's got a stronger board. It's a good use of that third checker on the 4-point, and he gains time. Salomon Zonana gains time, and he's aiming at those outside blots with a direct shot and a whole bunch of others. And so Bill Lonergan was in with 2 checkers, which is a good event, right? But now Salomon is still in pretty good shape. There's another double three, so he could do double tiger. He could go 24-15 and 8-5, and that looks attractive. Sort of looks attractive to me because if you go 8-5 to 2, and then you have 2 more to go, make the 3, but then you're not hitting 2 checkers. You could make the 3 and hit 2 checkers. You're saying, okay, that's a play too. 8-5 to 2, and then make the 3, but now, okay, so this is it's all very interesting to think about all these things, but Salomon Zonana hit outside and on the 5-point, he left the 5-point slotted, thereby giving Bill Lonergan White a better chance to anchor up. And now that was a 3-2. Is that what that was? And he lifted the block. And now Bill Lonergan hits bingo, and he's hit on the ace point, and he's made the 20 anchor, so he's in the game. Certainly in the game for a long, long time now. And there's a hit.
That's a nice shot there.
I think Salomon's just playing a little too fast. Look, he's got 16 minutes on the clock. And this is something I definitely work on in my game. I accelerate when I'm winning to my own detriment. I miss things, like I have time on the clock I could use to really.
Yeah, they're both like quickly. That sort of was that 5-4 he just that Salomon Zonana just played. He hit and then he made the 16, but it's pretty obvious. I did it quickly, but now now the decisions are going to get harder for him because Bill Lonergan just ended with a double one, made the 23 anchor and his 5-point, and a mini joker, and now okay, is he going? Is he going to leave? He's going to break his 16-point and leave what's like 19 ways to hit that thing over on the 11-point, 5-4 plus the 17 sixes and combos. With nothing duplicated. The 24-point doesn't add anything.
I'm just gonna say when you roll.
Yeah. So he could have played 2 down, or he could have played 13-8, 6-3. But in order to keep the 16-point instead of give it away, and so I would have been tempted maybe to leave 2 blots somewhere. Not saying it was right, but you were you'd probably leave fewest shots by leaving blot on 8 and 10. It's 8 and 3, but so now we go double fives, joker from Bill Lonergan. He's hitting twice and making the 3-point to play 13-8 for another check with the zone, and making a good point. And Salomon Zonana wants a deuce, which he got, and he's in the game. Now, this is not to say that Bill's not going to double him right here. I certainly would. I mean, it might be a take, but it's good. It might not be a take. Might not be a take, and it's good bluff value. He's got a lot of, it's just the stack on the midpoint is just ugly. Okay.
That's a good point.
And it's not. And he's got defense, but it's worth a fast double, I think, because.
One lesson from Falafel I heard one time during one of these commentaries he did was cube first, think later.
Yeah. Now, okay. So this is maybe hasty. Maybe,
I'm not sure I would do
that. Maybe Bill wanted to bring Bill into the 10-point.
Bring a 3 down. You want to make that bar point is crucial.
Yeah, the bar point, and you want to attack the 4-point potentially as well.
Tell you how helpful that rule's actually been. How many times I've
And so now he's got less ammunition. Bill's got less ammunition bearing on his inner board, which is the key point. But I guess he's already decided that he's not doubling anytime soon.
Again, I think this is a psychological thing. You see that anchor on his 5-point. In 90% of games, you're just so eager to make your opponent's 5-point as a defensive bastion. And
so he's got more coverage this way.
More coverage.
He's covering.
He's coming forward. The guy's got.
It's not clear to me because if
you're also adding an extra blot.
If black, the second blot, the blot on the 23-point is not that meaningful. So now,
Now this is a scoop.
Now we've got this is a fine double, I think.
Yeah. But I think it was a better double earlier.
Earlier it was certainly a double in my book. He's given up. So this is.
I think that's a reasonable pass.
Reasonable.
I wouldn't pass.
It's reasonable.
This.
Oh, okay. That's right. Batted his hand away. Don't ruin my clock again. We had to reset it during the break. Did you see the shoe fly?
What?
His hand.
He swatted his hand. Is it like Melania? Oh, sorry. I should.
Melania. Precisely.
We have to be apolitical. We can't talk about U.S. politics. Apologies to our non-U.S. viewers. We don't want to indulge ourselves in.
I think it's more. Actually.
We got more U.S. viewers here, so that's fine. We can.
If you're in Europe and you're
viewers in this room than there is watching online.
Okay, that's what he just played illegally. He played 3-3, and it's a legal moves tournament. You're obliged to point out your opponent's legal moves in a row. They got it. They fixed it. Right. I'm not sure we're allowed to be legal moves arbiters. Oh, we are? Okay.
Last match we were able to be for Rich. He told us that we could be.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what the tournament rules are.
Over on the streaming cable 2, the Advanced Division Final is being played tonight between Randy Sackar from New York and Ben Weinstein from New York also.
back in the house.
Congratulations to both of them, and best of luck to them both.
So I would just hit the second checker
New York
here
City.
now. So he's playing conservatively. The anchor's up. He could have hit a second checker. He entered with a 4 to hit, and he could have hit loose again on his
Yeah,
board.
to play for the undouble G.
But yeah, no, it's. I mean, just to win the game as well. Like White has only got 7 in the zone, right?
Yeah, the defense isn't worth as much as the attack.
Yeah, so now it's going to be hard to bring it home against that anchor that Bill's got on the 22 point, the White
That's
22
gonna help.
point. So there's a joker, a mini joker making the 5 point, and now Bill Lonergan is suddenly a lot less happy about his position, and he's going to have to play 13-9 because bury a checker, and you've got. It's going to be hard to. It's going to be hard to for Black to be doubling you in a position like this. It's an auto redouble.
Great shot.
And now he's got a double anchor. So.
13-9 again.
So I have little. Yeah, 13-9 looks decent, and this is decent too.
This looks reasonable.
It's reasonable because you might make the 4 point or whatever, and you're
And
not.
it's fun.
It's more.
Fun.
You're leaving blots. You're breaking your 8 point, and you're giving him. You stay on the bar, and now he can hit and gain time to prime you.
Make the bar.
Make the bars clear.
Yeah. Now it's actually trouble.
Now this is trouble because the timing is a little risky here. So in with a 3 and hit with a 2.
Hit him.
Sure.
So
no.
there's an incipient back game here for White, and now Salomon Zonana is going to have to decide what to do with the blot in his 8 point. You could lift it. You could lift it in 2 ways. You could lift it to the 6 point, lift it to the 5 point, or you could come in with a 3 and play 13-11.
I'd play 11.
I like
which is
2 and then 8-5. I like in with the 2 and 8-5.
Yeah, so
I would not.
I would leave that. I would leave the checker on the.
I would
8 point
not
and try
put
to
a
make
checker
it.
on top of the prime in a
Because
back game.
again, White has only got 6 checkers. Before the roll, he had 6 checkers in the zone. That means the attack zone bearing on his either in his inner board or directly bearing on some point within his inner board. So now he's got 7 checkers in the zone. He's got 5 in his board and 2 that look directly into the board with 6 or
He's
less.
shooting at you, whatever.
And now-
You've got 2 blocks, so he's shooting back. He's got the bar point,
And
made, so it's not like the guys on the 20.
We got a very interesting situation here. It really is almost turning into a back game. There's some equity that White Bill Lonergan has got. He's still playing against Black's back checker. Like, yeah, you could play 13-9, 13-12. You play 13-8.
No.
Oh, yeah. You don't wanna
we
do
can make
that.
the 4 as well.
No,
Make the 4 as
I
well, and
wanna
that's not
block the
the
6
trouble. The
out,
trouble with
because
making the
he plays
4 is that it's less. It's I mean you got a 3.5 point broken prime after a play like this. And the other way was and you did the other way too, but it's less.
In here, I would slot the bar.
I would not hit this checker.
I would slot the
I hope he
bar.
doesn't take the cheese
you can't,
here.
You can't hit the checker.
Slot the bar and come down. Just
No. This is a big error.
Yeah, he's not ready. His board's not ready.
Sorry, because
Wow.
Because now big
This is
error.
nuts.
Big error on the part of Bill Lonergan. He's broken his anchor, and he's thereby given.
So for
Salomon
anyone
Zonana.
uninitiated, one of the main ideas in playing a back game is purity, and just putting your checkers where they need to go because you have so few to play with because of how many checkers you have back. And so just kind of putting checkers where they should be to make a prime, regardless of whether or not you're going to be hit, is just the game plan most of the time.
So this was an interesting double threes now. Salomon Zonana elected to make the 1 point, and
which is not pure.
Someone behind me said we could hit 2 checkers, right, instead of giving.
Here, you might as well switch.
Yeah, you're switching now. I mean, now you're not even. You're
And
just trying to
step
blitz.
up and come in with the other one. You don't want to
Right.
make
So
it the second point.
now Bill Lonergan has abandoned one of his back game points, and the idea of the back game is ambush your opponent as your opponent tries to get in and off. And
this is clear.
And what you want to do is you want to hit at a stage when your inner board or your prime or both form a good welcoming committee for your opponent and can restrain any opposing checkers. But what Bill did is he hit the checker too early. He didn't have a forward, a gin forward position or a beautiful forward position.
This is
you
clear,
also want
but
black crunching, so you have the ability to escape. And I often think about it, and when I think about hitting, if somebody volunteers me a shot, I just go, is the cake ready yet? I'm looking in the oven. Is it ready? No, it's not ready yet. And I just don't hit.
Right.
The cake's
So
not
Salomon
ready. I don't
Zonana
take
is
it
now
out of the oven.
he's hoping for an undoubled gammon, which would win him the match, and he's got a very good chance to get it now. He left his 4-point slotted, and he makes his 4-point.
Like a professional.
And now it's a 5-point board for Salomon Zonana, and if things go the way they likely will go, Salomon Zonana will win the match on this game and then be in the finals against someone.
Not me.
I don't think it's determined. I'm not.
Scott Ward.
None
Scott
of the
Ward is
commenters
the other
here are going to be in
player.
the finals, right?
Scott Ward is the other
Scott
player.
Ward. That's right. Bill was announcing. So Scott Ward is a up and comer, I guess.
Houston area player. Been playing for a while.
Yeah, I wrote an article about one of his matches, where he won an online event or something a few issues ago in primetime back now.
Well, this
great match, by the way.
No.
This match seems all but won, but I would say that this is where Brown needs to really slow down and not leave himself open to some mind-bending blunder.
Right. So he's been playing. He's been playing
very slow.
Been playing all right. So now he's got to really think. So
be careful. Don't do that. Okay. Slow down.
So he's thinking
Oh yes. Clear the point. Clear the point. No.
Clear the point. The thing about clearing the point is that I'm not sure. I think you had to play 6 to 4 4 times, and then you leave yourself vulnerable if he stays on the bar at 6-1-5-1. But that's a parlay.
You're going to leave yourself.
That's a parlay, and if you read Michi Kageyama's recent book Endgame Technique, he makes the point that against a 22-point anchor, it's a high priority to clear the 6-point against it.
Well, he's clearing the 6 and 5.
Boxcars.
Yeah, but he's got 3
odd.
on top.
Yeah, but it's
nice
not
clear
He's not on the
it
roof
might have
now,
transcribed,
yeah.
but
He's got 12 block.
But again,
it's legal.
But
it's legal, he says.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He has 14 minutes on his clock, and this game is all but gen. Like you want to bear this off precisely.
Right. This
and here it is.
Okay.
Here it is.
Like this is what I'm saying. Like why don't you take an extra minute, like, to really think about your bear off here?
Whoa.
Can't choose your dice.
Whoa.
Can't what?
Oh, is he gonna cue?
He's
got a cue.
Because he could hit and save the gammon, which he's doing, and then he could lose the game a lot of the time.
So this is like
he'll take anyway, right here.
Yeah, of course.
The take point is very low at the score if there's no gammons involved.
I don't want to be a jerk, but like I really feel like that double 2 play. When he played double 2 and didn't clear a 6-point, like this could have averted this entire scenario. And I speak as the guy who lost last year's semifinal against Jonas Seawald in one of the most dramatic, like, amazing matches ever. And there was one, the match was won, and I didn't take the time to think about one play, and that lost the match. And this is how you open the door. Yeah. No, I'm not saying. This is just my commentary. Like, as someone who lost last year in hideous fashion, like I know now, 15 minutes on your clock to slow down. You think the match is over?
Right. So with this issue now, Bill Lonergan has got a pretty good chance to contain that fleeing checker because Salomon Zonana has only a 2-point board.
I don't like playing behind him here. If you're doing anything, just lift with the ace and come off the 22-point with another 6.
I actually think you can afford it. I don't think you want to be on the roof.
No, I'm not saying leave it to be hit. Just lift it with one ace.
Oh, lift with the ace. I
Put
see.
it on the 8 and
Lift
come off
with the
with
ace
6.
and then just flood
And
the outfield.
Those 3 checkers on the 22-point aren't doing their work. Right?
So Bill is probably thinking, well, I don't want to leave too many blots or too many shots, but
You need to get more work out of those 3 checkers that are stacked up.
You don't want to put checkers behind. You want to make your points in order. You want to make prime. You want to make 4-point. Your bar point and your 4 point, your 9 point, and your 10 point are blocking points. And
Well,
so-
why not diversify there? Why not just get a little mini 2 prime back there that could be useful? This is scary.
Oh,
you don't want
that's
a
big.
pair of checkers 6 apart usually. So now he hits, and now he's got a bunch of 5s and 1s plus an odd.
All
There's
right,
a
that'll
one.
do.
Okay, he hits. And
We
he
want
hits-
it,
he
we
hits
want
it
this
for him.
game to go on a lot longer. This is really exciting. This reminds me of me.
Right.
Okay.
So now
Getting out of ones. Running
Bill
out of
Lonergan is a little unhappy that he has a checker on the 3 point, but now he hits some
Nice.
covers. So now
Oh.
he's going to make use of that checker on the 3 point. The 3 point blocks the 2 and 1 point, and now he fans. Okay, so now Bill is ready to flood the outfield nicely. I believe he's got to think about, okay, I want to. So he's going to say, okay,
Come
I'm
down,
going
come
to.
down. No, we want to build the bar. You come down to the 11, I think, there.
Okay,
Not really sure.
now this is interesting.
Okay, so now a blot has appeared in Salomon Zonana's board, and now
So now you just hit. and
Bill's
you-
going to
you
slash
attack.
away, and if he gets hit back, he might put a second checker on the roof, and then soon he might be thinking about this.
I really don't like those 3 checkers on the 22 point. They're not doing enough work. You want to diversify those 3 checkers.
At some
I
point, you do not.
I don't think
this
that's
I don't
right,
know. He's
no.
duplicating
It's
it.
just too
He doesn't
stiff.
want to get hit twice with a double 4. That's probably what he's thinking.
That's
Well,
brutal.
But that's not.
Absolutely brutal.
That's not. So you want your army of assassins in the outfield to be sort of compactly placed,
There we
close
go.
to one another.
Now Albert is happy.
Yeah. So now he's 3 on the 22 is inefficient, says Albert, and now he's got 2 on the 22 and 1 on the
Okay.
21. So now, okay, so
This should get
Game time.
Get smacked.
and it is okay. So 3-2 for nothing.
All right, he's still got the blot on his deuce point, so getting hit is not the end of the world. I think one
You're
of them has to
inviting
be
contact.
22.
No, he could block double 6s. He could
22,
block double
19.
6s. He could make the 19 point. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is and double 5s?
There we go.
Found it.
It unblocks the double 5s though.
Blocks double 4s as well, of course,
And it blocks double 4s, right?
in a big way.
So this is
That's a good
probably
value.
the
That's a good value.
yeah. And there's a 6-4. So is he going to hit
Oh,
one
does he hit or
checker?
not?
No.
I would think not, because then he's only got
he
a
might
he's
lose
got a
it.
mere triple shot plus 4-1 double 1,
And if he hits, then aces miss.
which is a mere 30.
Aces miss, right? He hits.
2-1 doesn't matter.
Oh, 2-1. All right. I don't know. Like, not much misses here.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have to. Albert says, yeah,
Decreases
you have
the
to
opportunity
count
of
the
getting two
shots.
guys back,
You have to
so-
count the shots, but
Drowning men
You might
snatch
have
at the
to,
foam.
Because, I mean, in this instance,
Okay.
you really just don't want to have 2 guys going around.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You hit the second guy and you just
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the
yeah.
cube.
I'm inclined to.
Get the cube.
Well, it all depends on the winning chance.
All right. I forgot about the
You
cube.
could take kind of deeply. You take kind of at the score if you're not getting.
Okay.
And there's
This is
Nice. Here it is.
This is
Double
important.
here. Do you
It's funny,
double
that
here?
3 point's been useful.
No,
Possibly.
I would not double. Because
You're taking just
it
yeah,
seems-
it's
it
so
seems
easy
like
to
it's an
take.
easy take because you only need 9 to 6 to 11. You only need.
What's your measurement? You lose your market if you hit.
Not always. No,
You don't lose
I
your
mean,
market.
I mean, no, I'm not. It's not clear. Maybe,
I would think
but-
you might lose your market.
But you only have to find 20%.
Oh, this is good for him.
Save the ace.
Yeah,
So now the
this is
blotch,
big
the
time.
blotch
Yep.
is lifted, and now.
It's permanently there. Yep.
Yeah. So.
So, Ian, do you have the cube stuff on there? Was it?
I don't.
Oh.
Sorry.
They're playing. We don't have a good XG feed, so we can't like I said, we do have to think for ourselves instead of fast on our feet.
I don't want to think for myself.
Make the 14 point and block double 6s. I mean, I don't know. You
Block's already
can't
right
block
now, so
double
you might as well
5s.
not unblock it.
You can't block double 5s. Oh no.
Yeah, don't block 6-5.
No, yeah, double 6s is the more.
More
He
pressing.
wants to minimize the ways to be hit, but he is blocking double 6s anyway.
Yeah.
blocked anywhere.
The 14 point, but now it's still.
No, that's
You only get indirect from the
that's
root.
maybe right. What a weird structure up there with the.
Oh, wow.
The psychic ability.
Bill Lonergan.
Wow,
he
that's
could pat himself on the back because he blocked 6-5 and now he's out into a big triple shot.
I would
which is
totally pat
bango
myself.
wango.
Playing a psychic.
13-9 is the play in my book. Oh,
Yeah, no.
No.
building for the 8 point and the bar point, and giving more shots if you get Joker with a 2-6. And now Bill Lonergan is not going to double because he's got he has 6, 7, 8. He's got
Two down.
8
down.
checkers
No,
off.
2 down.
Give yourself double coverage of the.
Is that the priority, making the 8 point there?
Making the 8 point.
Yeah,
is,
it stops
the 8
the
point, 8
2-6.
point is big.
And then
And you
just
got
swap the
coverage
bar.
for the bar point. Now
Now
you
you
make
make the
just
bar.
make the bar.
I see.
Just make it.
Make
Make
the
it.
bar.
It's only a 2-6.
Nobody rolls that though.
The prime appears.
Oh.
Ray Fogerland rolls that. Boxcars. Boxcars.
There's the full prime.
Boxcars, and now he's got his prime. So he should be watching out for how
8 guys
double
off.
4s and double 5s play. That's what White
50,
should be doing.
50 right now, almost. I mean, less because he hasn't really actually closed them out with good distribution yet. But
8 off. It's somewhat like 50-50.
depending on the distribution.
And that was an interesting play because the double 5s plays good now. 12-2, and double 4s plays well, and double 6s and 3s play well. 6-5 played okay, and so that was probably a good play.
In these positions, I
Looked a
just
little
hope he
flexible.
doesn't hit so they can get to the closeout sooner. Nobody
Well,
likes
that
the merry-go-round.
was. I'm not sure about that
Yeah.
one, but that's probably right. That now slot the 1 point maker. 2 point. This is rolling the prime according to doctrine. Slot the forward edge. Well, it's the match score is pretty critical. So he's gonna need to threaten to lose his market, and the take point is somewhere around 20-21%. Figured
Bring
out
the
on,
four in.
figured out on my fly. So on the fly. So that was a 6-4 to come in instead of stack checkers or bury a check. So now
This
3-2.
is not horrible, distro.
Yeah, so 3-2. So
But
he's got, this is the average. Walter Price said this is the average distribution of spares. 6-5-2 are bearing in.
So it's
Yeah,
a 3 and a. Is that a 5?
But
I can't see the
Bill's
word.
first point is a lot more valuable than his second one, isn't it? Because his first point gets him to 4 away, and his second one 3 away.
Well, the take point is known to be less than a money game in this score, I believe. I believe so. If there's no gammons involved, right?
When you're
Then you could if you're the leader, you can take a little deeply. Now I'd have to. Oh, what's the match equity?
Wait, I
table?
thought you said
What was this?
Something like
what?
that. Something like that.
Oh, you have
that's
no-
what I
yeah,
seem to
I see.
remember, but I haven't calculated it on the fly.
But you
yet.
get no
It's very
recube.
difficult to
you
win
get no
this way.
recube value.
And you should just
What?
take 2
Yeah,
guys
the cube,
off
the cube's
because
dead once you take it at 2. So 5-3.
whatever was happening before was crazy.
5-3 probably just takes the second checker off. I would just take it off.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened before with the way those checkers were switched around.
I
beyond
don't.
the 1,
I
2,
don't.
3.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. So this is. I would take it. I will
You're
take it off.
losing
And
the
now.
race by a
Okay.
lot. You need to take checkers off.
Yeah.
If he enters with the 5, you're a dog.
You want to get to a point where you're threatening to lose your market and have a cube. I
Right,
mean that's. And,
Well, with
and
your
if you're-
checker, with your spares down south here, you're not.
And
You're
now
not
no
doing
more
that.
check. Take a checker off, please.
You got to take a checker off there.
Because if he enters with a 6,
Yeah, you got to hit
he's-
him again.
He's probably a big dog anyway, and an extra
Take
checker
it
off
off.
is good.
Take it off.
I believe you
He
should
hasn't
take
heard
it off.
someone
Take
say
it
that
all
to him
off.
since
No, no.
You know, but actually, you know,
We're
yeah,
all whining
I
about
know.
plays we disagree that he fans. Okay, so this is looking.
He's gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
He's gonna win anyway. Well, now it might be close. No, take 2 off still.
He's gonna be too tempted by how pretty the other one looks. That's.
Well, I mean, listen, it's been working for him. Why stop now?
He needs to take a checker off also and get even on.
Yeah, he's odd, so.
If he gets missed, that he could gain a roll by taking it off. So,
He's got no
so
more
what's
misses
the, what's
after that if
what's
he
the
doesn't get
Keith
missed.
count? It's the Keith count
Okay.
is 24 and 12 is 36,
He's in.
39.
Now he needs doubles.
And and 5 is 44, and there's like
It's gonna be a
15,
tight. Well, that's
16,
that's
and
a
18,
great round the
30,
corner
so
shot.
It's like he should have been taking that checker off.
Oh, that's no good.
Like 3 extra checkers off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, well,
He's
not
still a
anymore.
dog. And he's still a dog.
Yeah.
No.
You
1,
got
2,
se-
3
they
and a
both
half
have
rolls,
they
he's
both have
still a
7
dog.
checkers, but what Salomon really wants to get a checker off.
four.
He's done.
1,
He's
2,
done it.
3 rolls.
Yeah, and now
3
and
and a
now
half.
if Bill takes 2 checkers off, then he will get doubled. He should get doubled. And then I believe he should get doubled.
Wait.
I bet he doesn't double.
I don't know.
I don't think he should. I think he should wait to 2 rolls.
He's got to wait till 2 rolls.
Okay, in these positions, you wait to 2 rolls.
Well, no, but you have to think about the.
Oh!
In these positions, you wait to 2 rolls.
You know that for sure?
Yeah.
So before the roll, his winning chances were 78 points.
Oh my God.
78%, and now
only professionals roll doubles there, by the way.
So anyway,
only the pros.
2-way, 4-way.
Okay,
Score that
I just have to go back to earlier in the game when it was virtually gen.
Double twos.
Like when you are, and this I'm just speaking from personal experience. My biggest blunders and grievous ones, when everything's going my way, this game is mine. I've got tons of time on the clock. I roll a seemingly good roll, and I just don't think play it too fast. There's a momentum. You're feeling, oh, this is going away. Bang! I just want to push it through and ice this thing, and you miss the play.
That's called storming.
Is it storming?
Storming is when
storming.
That's the technical term for that.
Yeah, that
thing.
I like that.
So he should not run. This is not correct. This is not the correct second roll for this. I think you should.
No, I mean this plays great.
So it's tempting to run because it's pure, but the standard, let's say money game or normal match score is be to make the 2 point.
And now do you cube this at 2-way, 4-way? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's a take.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Or 6-5's a dud.
It's a reasonable because you got 10 checkers in the zone and the cube is dead now. So Bill Lonergan is doubled. You're supposed to double it 4-way to 2-way. You're supposed to double very early because the leader gets no value from owning the cube. And a gammon on 2 wins the trailer of the match.
Yep.
And now there's
it's a dud. It's a dud.
He did not have a point in his board yet, but he has 10 checkers in the attack zone. 5 in his board, 4 in his 8 point, 1 is 11 point. The 11 point bears directly 6 or less toward the open 5 point.
Who's hitting?
I would not have doubled
actually.
So so Ian Terry says I would not have doubled this, but it's like okay, it's
reasonable. Yeah,
it can't be wrong by much if it's wrong, and
I don't think it's wrong.
Things could go wrong. So now,
Why
okay,
this?
I'm gonna slot the 5 point, and it's a little bit.
I mean, it was a bad number, and
I didn't think too hard about how to play it. I would have. But I would have been trying to think harder.
I mean, for the initiative.
In Bill's shoes, I don't know whether he was thinking hard and just faster than I would at this point.
When only your gammons count for anything, I might have just played 37 on the ace. I mean, all of
At least you're doing that. Yeah. So Justin Noel said instead of 13 or instead of 11 5, 13 8, he might have hit. Right. So now.
Now this is actually now.
This is. It seems like Bill Lonergan's advantage. Most of it is just gone because he's breaking his midpoint. He has more checkers back. He's got a 5 point.
May I suggest you play the 6 first because that's the important one, and then you can think about your 4. Please.
Well,
no.
Now count the race before you do this.
Oh, whoa.
So one, yeah. So that's.
You left a shot anyway.
Right. So they're. It seems to us that the players are playing overly quickly. And now Bill Lonergan, as the boxcar bonus has attacked him, he's stayed on the bar with a double 6 gets 1 point board, and now Salomon Zonana has now made a key point, the 9 point in the outfield, and now Bill Lonergan has not entered low to control, and now what is the pip count? 146 for white, and it's what is that? 72 and 65 is 137.
What?
And then he rolled a
In the
6.
world?
Because he probably thinks, now white has got a blot in his board, so I'm allowed to slot my key bar point because I'm not afraid of being hit. But you are afraid. He is afraid of being hit. Is the thing.
No, he's not, but he should be.
Because he should. I guess he's not. Because he's not.
He should be.
That's what I mean. That's what I meant to say. 51, 81, 85, 124
Whoa,
pips
whoa.
This
for
solves
black.
everything.
And there's boxcars, which would make 70, 96, 105, 113. So that would be a lead. So you better go.
How in the world are you counting so quickly? Please teach me, kind sir.
Okay, 5. Okay, so if he goes 2 to the 8 point, that's 5 on the 6 and 5 on the 8 is a pattern. 5 times 14 is 70.
So your cluster.
So 70, yeah. So cluster counter, right? So if he goes, I think he would bring a. Now he's got a checker in his hand.
I wish I wouldn't do that.
So 78. So what did I say? 78, 87, and 26 is 113 and 51.
Is he ahead?
124 to 113. And now it's
So
what
he's
is
play to the 5.
115.
Play
Why
to
is
the
he
5.
making
You
his
don't
4
need
point?
the 4 point.
No,
you should
you
play
just
into
got to
the 5.
diversify for the race 13 to 7.
But there's no
5.
contact.
There you go.
Just play to the
8-5.
Diversify, yeah.
There you go.
Fill that point. It's a race. And Salomon Zonana is 2 pips behind, I believe, after the move. And now, okay,
14.
now he's okay. So this is the play now. Just
Bring
bring
the other
this,
2 down.
bring it. Count those, and Bill Lonergan is going to count the pips. He's only got 3 minutes left. But he's
He has
going to,
2 more, right?
He's going to count the pips. Yeah. 48,
It is
72,
14.
92, 101.
I mean, there's really
Now it's
very
8.
little contact value from that point at this configuration.
109, 110. or something.
8 now is the
Something like that. 109.
No.
Just for getting an extra pip. 45, 51, 75, 85, 94 for white.
Oh!
Box
Box
cars.
cars.
Huge.
2.
Huge. 3.
And then bring the guy in from the 8 point to the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill the gaps.
Well,
Fill the
diversity
gaps,
is here.
please.
Like, it just leaves you with
From
more.
my
Yeah,
London friends.
You're filling gaps, and you're giving yourself
Oh,
a good
that's
chance
from
to
New York,
bear into
right?
the 5 and 4 point for black. And now,
Wow.
okay, so that. Oh wait, no. Oh no. Okay, we don't
No,
like 4 to 3, diversifying the 3 point.
You want spares on your
Oh wow,
Oh.
this
Okay,
is
so
just
this
cruel.
could be Jen.
We saw
Salomon
the
Zonana
side.
has rolled an unanswered box cars, and now he's rolled a double 5, and he plays 7 to 2. 6 to 1 is reasonable.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, I would.
It's reasonable.
I like taking checkers off sooner
Yeah.
than later. Hey, if you're gonna roll,
It's probably a very small difference, 0.01 or something. I mean, not big. So
Yeah, is there gonna be one more turn in this game,
64,
in this
81,
match,
81 pips for white. 3-2 is going to be. Oh no, what? I don't know. That's no.
That's bizarre.
That's he's
strange.
weakening his 5 point. If he rolls a bunch of 5s, he's going to waste a lot of pips. So,
all
so
right.
Salomon
Yeah,
Zonana
that
has
was
aired
not
with
good.
a 3-2, and it may cost him 66, 72 pips for white, and then he's rolled a 6-3, which is great.
Yeah, takes off the heavy points.
okay.
51. And now, okay,
you're
51
not
to
gonna
60
roll.
something. So Salomon Zonana is a big favorite to win game and match.
Okay. We need
And,
6s
but
sooner
there
than
he
later.
could roll problem. Salomon
No.
could run into problems if he rolls a whole bunch of
I
5s.
think he should have went to the 5 point because he needs doubles to win.
Well, he's giving himself a long-term prospect of more doubles, so it's not 100%
dialogue.
clear whether he should fill or go for the. He's but he had an odd number of No, he had an even number of checkers.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you go for the double 5s, or do you go for the more of the mode, like you take 3 off? So 41 to 38. So now the gap is narrowing.
It is.
Yeah, Brian's
30,
confusing.
31 for
rolled
31
into
for
his
Salomon Zonana and 41, and now it's 33 pips.
This
It's
is
33 pips for Bill Lonergan.
He's like standing
Oh,
up.
he's rolling, he's shaking
stood up.
vigorously.
Vigorously.
It's a strong man, and he gets a 4-3. He makes 2 pips off. We got
Oh, the crab.
my goodness. Oh,
that's
crab
big.
No, to think about the fourth one. Oh, no, 5 to 2 is correct. You're going to waste a pip now.
Yeah.
Good. Odd number checkers left.
Again, you got time. You got
No,
time
that
on your
was a- that was
clock.
a bad play.
That was a blunder.
Oh, it's a 0.04. I don't know what it is, but it's 0.0.
Not just the Japanese one.
That's
that's
just,
actually quite big to not have that diversity.
Yeah, so now he's wasted a pip. He was wasted a pip. He would have had those.
Oh my God!
One of those checkers would have been advanced
If he
a bit
loses
3-2
by a
or
pip.
something. He loses by a pip. You know.
Pip is a pip.
We told him why, but although he didn't hear us. A 4-2.
Ooh, I miss her.
Oh my gosh!
So now
First take
these
off
guys,
the 4.
you should play. You should play 6 off.
Do the 4
Just
first.
6 off.
He's doing it backwards though. I hate going backwards. You play
The
the
correct
4
play
off
is 6 off.
first.
You could play. You
And
could
then
play
you
for
take
double.
it.
You could play for double 3s in one roll, but then you. So this would be redouble take for money. 5-4-3 versus 5-4-3. But now it's probably just going to go to, and now Bill Lonergan has come from behind, and now it's going to be. It's effectively double
He's
match
fighting.
point, 2 away to 2 away. Where the correct cube
I
action is
did
to
not
double early.
think that he was coming back in that race.
I didn't think so either, but he did.
I thought it was done for.
That's the nature of races.
Now we are at a 208 score, so you can expect to see an early cube potentially.
It's a good psychological time to take a break, and maybe
Depends who
I think
takes the
Salomon
lead
Zonana is
first.
standing up, so they're taking a break. Maybe they're going to hedge some more if they've already hedged. Who knows what they're going to do?
Wow, that
Make a hedge bet where the loser, they agree that the loser will get some money. You know, the winner will pay the loser some money. You know,
Yeah, that was
50-50-ish, 2 away, 2 away.
That was a bit wild. That's just taken off a little too quickly. I mean, this is why I kind of stress playing things in order. Like, you take one off, you take off the other one, and then you look for the best one, that one next. Doing things in order of importance has changed kind of the way that you approach the game. I mean, for me personally, it's eliminated a lot of my blunders that just end up being oversights by just doing things in the correct order of importance.
Yeah, so you can't make the right play if you don't see the right play. for
Yes,
example.
and you don't give yourself the opportunity
and
to
in
see
that
if
in
you
that
move like
position, in that position, as Justin's saying, if Bill Lonergan had played 3 off and 6 off, and look, that would be 3 of the 4 threes he had to play, and then look for 4-3. The resulting position would have been 1 on the 6 point, 2 on the 5 point, 2 on the 4 point, and the correct 3 would be 5-2.
And he would not have missed it.
Yeah, right.
He would not have missed it because he would have clearly
He would
seen
say,
how
okay,
much
I've
better
got an
the other
odd
play
number of
was.
checkers, and so often when you have an odd number of checkers left, you want to play for a really good position of 4 of the checkers. Right. It's a common motif in a bear off. You got 5 checkers left. You say, okay, the 5th checker is probably going to be okay, but I'm going to play with the remaining 4 checkers. I'm going to get a really nice position with the 4 checkers. I'm not going to go like 6-5 and put 2 on the 5 point, because I might if I roll a 6 that I've burned a pip. I've used a 6 to bear off a 5, and if I played another ace, then I would use a 6 to bear off a 6, and I would have had 1 pip farther. And that exactly happened to Bill Lonergan. He rolled a 6, and he had to bear off from the 5 point, and he would have had a checker. He would have had a checker down farther, one pip farther ahead.
It would have been very costly.
And he lost a few percent of game-winning chances, and losing the game would have lost him the match. So Justin's point about, something is forced 3 off, then you do it. And you okay, I'll take another one off, 6 off, and then look for the other.
The kids that I teach in New York City, that's one of the things I try to drill into them when they play this game, is that, just try to find the most important thing you want to do first, do that, and then think of the other number. And, the checkers are also not attached is one of the things I tell the kids. You shouldn't just be moving 2 checkers at a time. You can move 1, pick it up, see it's light, it's no problem. And they catch on because, I don't shut up about it. So
I guess it's not just kids that need to learn that lesson.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
So who do you teach, Justin? This is interesting for me to hear this.
Yeah. I teach chess in New York, and I'm an okay chess player. I'm a much better backgammon player, and a lot of the families that I work for, they start off with chess, but a lot of the parents don't know how to play. But they do have some, experience playing backgammon to whatever level. and they can't play chess with their kids, and so they want to be able to play something with their kids, and so they're like, "Can you teach them backgammon?"
So who are these parents? Who are your clients? Because this plugs into the U.S. Backgammon Federation's mission to grow the game and do outreach and get backgammon to be more popular on the level of the NFL or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
so the
what
thing
we'd
is,
like to see.
I teach some adults in the city, but most of the people that I teach are kids, and I'm talking. I play backgammon with kids that are 5, 6 years old, 7 years old. I have a lesson that I teach with a dad and son. They play together. Yeah, no, it's really good. I've talked to Lynn before, the woman who runs the New York tournament, about getting a small kids tournament going. Because they have the Cavendish Club now, which is a bridge club in New York City, where they do backgammon, I believe, every Tuesday, I think at around 6 o'clock. They've got small tournaments, and she said that she would arrange in that space a kids tournament if I get enough kids together, and maybe have an event being held at the New York Metropolitan Open for kids to come by, because that would be nice to see, take pictures, have kids. I have some kids that could challenge some of the adults in maybe the intermediate division.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen in chess, where kids can learn and they can challenge older players.
Because
it's just the thing about kids. This is a very symbolic or a mathematical or perceptual thing almost. Like it's been said that they're prodigies in math and music and games like chess or backgammon. Child prodigies. But there's no such thing as a child prodigy in legal theory. They don't have the experience, right, that an adult has. But you're using parts of your brain, and they could be, when you're a child, they could be developed to a large extent, and you could be a chess prodigy like Sammy Reshevsky back in the good old days. He would play exhibitions against adults at the age of 8. He was from Poland, and they show him off, and he became one of the best players in the world.
And I have really little kids who they might not understand a lot of the match play technical stuff like that, but they can definitely count shots. They know the numbers about how many numbers will hit here versus there. They know about basic odds and probabilities and how many possible combinations of this and that.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about 5, 6-year-old kids.
Simple counting, and if you can teach, the trick is how to teach them.
It
sounds like you can do a good job at it.
And I give credit to the students too, because it takes patience and the ability to do it, and the desire to want to do it. And with kids, it's really mostly about the desire to want to do these things, because either you want to win or you don't care about losing. And I've always cared about losing. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't want them to be like, I don't want them to feel bad when they lose, because you lose a lot in backgammon. There's nothing you can do about that. And I think it teaches them to be better losers, because you're going to lose a lot. And they're playing me, so they deserve to lose a lot. But
right. Well, the onus is when in a learning activity, teacher and student relationship. The real onus, the bigger onus, is on the student to put in the time and do the work.
I can't do it for them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not always going to be there to answer their questions, so they have to make a decision, and then I'm going to tell them my thoughts about the position afterwards and see if we can correct their thinking. And so I always make the kids act, and then I ask them questions about why they did what they did. I have them, because kids are visual learners, right? So they can understand the structure once I teach them about the structure. They can tell the difference between a blitzing position and priming structures. They can tell whether or not, after a while, if their position is stripped, and whether or not they need to just run and leave with their back checkers. I try to stress things that are important to them, so they remember things that'll stick with them for a while. And then, if their parents play and they get to play with their parents, they get to practice in, and their game improves a lot.
Yeah, and you're facilitating good, parent-child relations at home in a fun activity, instead of sitting next to a device, like a smartphone or a tablet or something, and just not interacting with your family or other
It's gotten
humans.
to the point where he comes home from school,
He plays chess with he plays backgammon with his nanny until his parents come home. Then he wants to play backgammon with them. He's got a teacher at school that plays backgammon, so they play backgammon in their classroom. So now we have a backgammon set in one of his classes. It's nice.
Yeah, we got to get the U.S. Backgammon Federation involved in activities like this. Sounds like you got a real good thing going there,
The
Justin.
youth is where the game really needs to happen. I mean, we definitely see younger players. I mean, there are younger guys around now. I mean, like not younger, but my age. We've got
Carrie Horty.
Carrie here. We got a guy here to the right of me who, on average, is younger. You never know. In another 10 years,
38 is young for backgammon.
They were threatening to come back, but then I guess I saw Bill and he walked away or something.
When I was teaching high school physics, we had a backgammon club at the school, and there was another school in Houston that had a club, and we were actually planning for there to be like a tournament. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It never materialized.
Well, Art Benjamin, he's on the board of directors of the U.S. Backgammon Federation. He's a world-class discrete mathematician. He's a very he's
I learned American Sign Language because of him.
Yeah, and he has done outreach, university outreach in backgammon. So now this is probably going to be the last game. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Bill Lonergan is familiar with the concept. I don't know Salomon Zonana at all, so I don't know. But no, well, who knows? We'll find out.
Here.
We'll find out. Yeah, we might get a late pass or a. Too good to double. That's what the conventional wisdom is. So, double sixes, automatic double last game. Okay, Bill Lonergan. Bill Lonergan is opened. He is now the favorite to win this match, right?
Yeah.
He's opened with and there's a double five. So now it's interesting how to play this because now it's priming oriented. So 5-3. What was?
4-1.
Oh, 4-1. Okay, that's.
He's not splitting.
He could have.
Okay.
No, he's not going to split against all those checkers in the zone.
He was slotted though.
But slotting was reasonable, right? Slotting was quite reasonable.
But he hadn't turned
the. He's playing. I mean, he's also. There might be some game theory going on. In other words, like, should I double now? Can he lose his market? Well, maybe. You could roll boxcars and
by
lose
the
his
way
market.
he took it, if you waited till he was better, you might get a pass.
That's right. So you have to with an unknown opponent. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not unknown. He turned the cube, but he could have. Like we're considering whether he should have done it as a matter of maybe you could fool your opponent or something.
He might not have known him before this match, but I'm sure he's learned a lot about him during this match.
During the match, but not about two-way cube action.
Well, last night Michael Niagu waited to double and he actually lost his market, and Steve Sachs correctly passed.
I have seen that many times where you end up tricking yourself.
That's a risk you take. Now it hits. Okay, so now it's huge. Now Black is way ahead in the race here. 68, 74, 101, 135, 135. Is that right? 60, 86, and 73 is 159, and Fan on a 2-point board.
That is not nice. He's playing.
Now this is a bad roll with a 5-1. He could play safe. He could just say 8-3. I'm going to play safe and make the midpoint. This is attractive to me. He could have said, "I'll leave a few shots and I'll put builders in place." But by doing that, he leaves a few shots and he's trying to get home safely. So now this is a double 2 for Bill Lonergan, and I think this is correct. I think he should come in and up and make the 11-point and just try to make good points. He could have made his 2-point, but he would have had to leave his third checker back on the 23-point. And so this is a clear play, 24-18. Bring the back checker out, and Salomon Zonana is doing it.
Nice play, sir.
And it's he does hit. Okay, he hits with an ace, and he's out. So if he.
That's necessary to turn the momentum.
He must put him back, push him back, way back. And there is an anti-joker. Slight anti-joker. He has to
Anybody's
leave
game now.
13-7. And now but that was a bonus. That was a bonus, and there's no choice. He can't play 8-2 and break his 8-point, leave more blots. And now Bill Lonergan says, "Oh boy, juicy," and I hacked that. Ooh, 5-1, not so great. Must. There's no choice. Must hit, and then 10 with a 5.
And then you cross your fingers.
Get all
If he
the
doesn't
covers.
hit you, you're super strong.
5, 5, 5, 2, 1.
So 17 hitting numbers. I count. So am I right or am I wrong? Maybe more. So 15, 3, 4, and 1, 6 is 19. So there were 19 ways to hit something, and he's hitting 2.
Well,
there's no doubt about it.
Bill gains a whole new game plan.
Now it's backwards. No, he wants to play a back game. His game plan is to roll double 1s or something.
Double 3 is better for Brown.
No, just make the 4-point. Make the 4-point.
He hates.
Make the 4-point.
What are you? No.
This is not. This is not
Only a third checker.
No, I mean he could have. Now he's going to be very unhappy.
That would have been.
He's going to be.
He
Dice
wants
on
to win
checkers don't count. He's going to
13-9.
be very unhappy if Bill Lonergan will roll a double 4 and then and instead of being on the bar come in.
Yeah, but now he's got the.
But now again, I'd say it's
the 4-3 roll.
He must keep him off
This
the
is so
double
much
anchor.
more
He's
effective.
attacking.
He's got the 4-point already.
He's attacking, and he
Again,
feels the lack of the 4-point.
it's easy to see the plays from the control booth.
That's back game time now. Now
he's doing it all together.
We saw Bill make an error in a back game by breaking his back end point too early to hit, right? And now he's thinking, okay, well, should I make a back game point or should I hit a second checker? Now the weakness of hitting a second checker is that he's got 5 checkers back, 4 of them on the 24 point. The weakness of coming up is like, okay, you're going to let the guy get away more, but I would be inclined to make that 23 point.
Yeah, you got to
because you really need that 23 point in the long run, and in the long run, okay, if you and Black is front loaded. He's got a bunch of spare checkers already deep in his board.
Numbers.
And now you must hit twice. You must hit twice. Oh, 4-2. I'm sorry.
4-2.
So I'm not. Yeah. So 4-2. He's playing purely. He's hitting. He could have. Made his 2-point and said, okay. And now a fan. Now this is exciting. This is very exciting. So now, okay, well this is all right. So now he's going to make, and he's probably going to slash. He could step up.
This is reasonable. This is reasonable.
Yeah, those checkers
He has
are
to step up. Then he's shooting at the other guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Now you're on the roof either way. Now what if you roll like a 1-5?
Yeah, reasonable either way. But I think that maybe
that's a lot of
now
checkers
there
not
we
seeing
go.
daylight.
Now he's remade. Now here we go. Now we got a
but
duel.
This is not the game plan he really.
We got a two-way.
Coming forward and doing well.
He's got a two-way game plan now. It's not. Yeah, we're not playing results. We're not saying, "Oh, look at what happened."
Yeah.
But now he must play, and he plays in, and now White has got a two-way game plan. He can play a back game if things go badly, and he can attack. He can attack if things go wrong. So now he's just going to play 6-4. Just play 6-4. Oh no! Please don't do that. Don't let him hit you. You don't. He's thinking to himself, well, now I'll tempt him to hit me because I have 3 back game points. But that's not a good way to think. You should think I want to restrain those back checkers if I can. So that's what he's doing. Okay. That's what he's probably fun. He's probably taking the Mickey out of us playing hit games.
Would you have thought of coming up from the 23?
No.
Get yourself a
No.
runner?
No.
Position stripped.
No, you could because it's not clear. It's not clear that you want to do that yet.
And now.
I can tell you on the replay tape, Salomon's going to wish he owned his 4-point after those double 3s.
So that's illegal. Was that illegal or was that legal?
6-5. It's legal.
He had a 24 point.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did.
I wasn't sure whether it was on the 23.
But he has.
Yeah, this is going to be.
Just seemed to me he had 10 extra minutes on his clock, and he could have looked at making his 4-point with the double 3. And I'm feeling like a babe in the wilderness at this point. That
it won't haunt
when
him
you've got
for
a
a year
crushingly
like you.
good number, and like maybe you can slow down when you're going to try to get into the finals of a ABT event.
Okay, so now
at least look at it.
Now he can play. He can play completely safely and not leave any shots. But then he's maybe taking a slight risk or something. But oh well, who knows? So it's like safe can't be totally bad.
I don't hate it either, but I'm totally results dependent.
So now I think that it's an interesting game because Bill Lonergan has got a back game and he's got an extra checker outside. He's putting pressure. So now
He doesn't have to volunteer.
now Salomon Zonana says, all right, I better volunteer a shot now before things get worse.
And he hits it.
But things weren't necessarily getting worse. Is the idea?
Yeah, I don't think I would have volunteered.
And now I personally would not volunteer a shot because you can, there's no guarantee he's going to leave that forward checker in your face
So much more
on the
coverage over
16
the
point.
1-6 and the 2-5 too by just.
Yeah. You might be able to hit a blot and come home safe.
Maybe you get to make the bar and just bring it even more.
Sorry, yeah. You might. Then my throat is dry from talking too much.
Want a sip of beer?
No thanks. Beer's gonna. I got some water.
Albert said helpfully.
So.
Have some morphine.
The funny thing is, with the other play, you have the ability to then slot the bar because you're still double anchored and try to really restrain them this way. But now,
okay, so this is impure. So I think I would be slotting the bar here. No, 14 to 7 instead of 9 to 2. White can slot the bar.
Yeah.
And it's a reasonable play because now you're taking a checker out of. You're taking a checker out of play. Now he's going to hops out. Now your timing might be in jeopardy a little bit.
This is great.
So 4-2. This is now I think you should play 8. You just play 8 to 4. Play 8 to 4, and then you have more hitting chances immediately. Clearly.
There you go.
So now, if he doesn't hit, then he might be forced to leave direct shot, like now.
Such as.
If he could have just made the 1 point with no direct shot. The other way, and there's must hit.
Hit it from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must hit.
Time to win going forward.
Must hit. Yeah. Because otherwise you're just going to be out of time, and you have to hit while you can, and so he's doing it.
The cake is ready to be taken out of the oven.
It's just multiple game plans.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things that could have been done differently.
Yeah. So this is double match point. The cube is on 2. This game is for the match, and the winner is in the finals against the up and coming. What's the fellow's name again? Scott Ward. I wrote this article about some of his games a while ago.
Losing outfield coverage.
So he's. Well, I don't know. So he played 17 to 14 instead of 14 to 11, perhaps, or something like that. So, and 17 to 14 is just an so hit, and then you can decide among the deuces. That's a reasonable deuce.
Hit first, and then think about the deuce.
At the score, it can't be.
At the score, well, I guess you can't. Yeah. So you would have 14 ways after hitting with a 1.
This is not totally obvious to me, but I mean, hitting seems natural. But
10 minutes? Is that what he's? 59 seconds. So now, 59.9 seconds. So this is 14, 16, 19, just 20 covers, 22. Now he did cover. Okay. So now Scott is Bill Lonergan is a massive favorite now.
Bill has no bias.
Sam Ahmed.
How do you win this Calcutta all the time?
Sam Ahmed.
Last time I saw you in Chicago.
Nice.
I saw you in Chicago.
Bought Alexander.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You bought me, but she was on the card, and then Justin lost every match. Alexandra won every match. Took the whole thing down like a champ.
1-2. So now, okay. So now there's an interesting way to pay off to the 6-1. It's probably not right to pay off to the 6-1 and slot the bar point.
Alexandra down at least.
I'm not sure about that. But White is now saying, okay, well, maybe I can just make the point naturally, which he does. Now he's got a 6-point prime.
He looked at the camera to make sure we were watching still. You see when he looked back at us?
Bill Riles owns Bill Lonergan in the Calcutta.
Well, he also makes the books, right?
2-point.
You also made the books.
4-point instead, because you could make a priming structure better, but I don't know. So So, and now Bill will attack to get him off that 1 point and make that point before he.
And then comes in on the ace, right?
Yeah, he could get a second checker, and then, but equally, he's now got 29 numbers to cover to close that board. 4-4 from Siberia. So there we go. So this is reasonable. He could have played 7-3, but it's probably reasonable.
So now Bill should play as fast as possible to win.
So there's 4-4. So into the 5, 2 to the 3. Don't think. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a choice.
Well, this is worse.
His clock is not
56.2.
That's plenty of time. He's got plenty of time. This is the last game.
I was just gonna say, you don't want to
Oh, there you go.
I play whole
This is how
matches
you
in
clear
that
a
amount of
point,
time.
right? This is
It might have been better to go from 4 to 3 again.
Yeah.
No, I think it's probably better to go 3-2. I think I've studied this. I studied this a long time ago. Oh, that was wrong. Now there are 3 blot numbers, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could have worn off and left 2 blot numbers, but now it's not.
Instead of just 6-5.
But instead of just 6-5, he had 5-5, 4-4, 6-6, and he just played fast. But he has to play fast.
Yeah.
Got seconds.
We'll get it free on a little bit. But still,
It was a slight error. Yeah, it's a lot of time. There was a slight error there from. It only happened when he didn't roll a 6. But then he roll needed 6. He'd have an extra checker off for those bad races. Those horrible, unanswered boxcars that somebody rolled against
like
me.
We've got a winner
were you
of this
watching the
match.
previous game?
Yeah, and it looks now 4-1 is
Someone
right.
like Salomon.
Remember the
Sounds
even.
like me
You played the
last
best
year. He
position of the even number
won.
of checkers. 4
And he
to
just
1 is a little bit better, I believe.
Bear off against like a
Oh.
3-point anchor.
All right, a couple more of those.
No, he's got 5. He's got 9. He's got 12 checkers left.
He just
Even
took
number of
checkers.
checkers.
All right. That's all she
That was
wrote.
like I was doing.
That
Bill
was fun.
Lonergan has won the semifinal in an exciting match
the last
against
match of the night?
Salomon Zonana. Maybe the last match of the night. Okay. Time for bed.
So the other
Thank
side
you all.
played somewhere else?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if they streamed it or.